that was pinpoint right into the numbers. That's when I realized that this kid is a very good quarterback, and man, he threw a laser. Go ahead.
And kid that's 6'3". They list him at 6'3". He's more like 6'4", 6'5". But the news, and we'll get to this when we get to the starting lineups, is that McCollum is going to give it a go. From the last that we heard, which was about an hour and a half ago, he is dealing with some flu-like symptoms. He had an IV earlier today. In fact, I think he was back in the locker room now. They were giving him an IV. So we'll hope that he can get the start. If he can't, we have a pretty trusty backup and a guy that's back with the team now in Dennis Havrilla. We'll take a break. When we come back, we go behind enemy lines. We'll hear from Paco Martinez, the head coach of the Wichita Wild. That's next on your countdown to kickoff on Z98. All right, back at our countdown to kickoff, live from Wichita, alongside Ross Miller, Mike Pilosoff. Earlier this week, had a chance to catch up with the head coach, the new head coach of the Wichita Wild, Paco Martinez, who's in his first season, and they are coming off. He was the offensive coordinator last year in a championship season.
This is a pretty special night for you guys. You get to drop the banner. You get your championship ring. So with that said, obviously that's a big deal. How do you keep you guys focused for a big game?
Yeah, actually, I'm not that excited about that. I mean, it's a great dog and pony show, as they say, for the fans and everything. But to me, it's a distraction. I don't like distractions. I like to limit distractions as much as possible, especially with a really tough opponent, one that we respect like we do for this Dodge City Law team. So it's going to be one of those things that I'm going to start at practice tonight and say, deal with the adversity, deal with the distractions right now. Get your mind wrapped around what's going to happen, and I'm going to lay out the process of how Saturday night's going to go and how everything's going to go, so they fully understand what it is once we get to Saturday, how exactly it's going to work.
You guys have obviously been the marked man, knowing what happened last year. You have arguably the best quarterback in the league, the best offense in the league, and you got a guy that had like 3,000 all-purpose yards. So with all of that said, how have you guys been able to deal with that, the fact that you are getting, even the bottom feeders of the league, you're getting their best shot?
Yeah, we dealt with that last year. That's something that we kind of accepted the challenge last year of. We played the role of the hunter, and that was really good for us. We were hungry, and then this year, we won the championship last year. Coming into this year, it's just been now we're the hunted. It's a complete role reversal. We're going to get everybody shot just like we did last year. We lost 2 games that we shouldn't have, but we didn't prepare properly, and the teams that we played did, and they executed and whooped us. So. I had those 2 games to point to, and I still do to those last year games to say, preparation is as important as ever. And, obviously the Dodge City Law coming in, they're a new team, but they're not a typical new team. They're way advanced for a new franchise, and that's Coach Ponder's done a great job, and the GM and everybody out there done a great job putting that team together. A lot of talent on that team, and they're a challenge. They're a definite challenge and a threat to this league.
Obviously I have a little history. I know Rocky Hines because when I was a senior at UNLV, he was the quarterback there. With that said, and you and I were just talking even before we started the interview about how good a quarterback he has been in the indoor ranks, and you've been around a lot of guys. So how good is he, and does he have a chance to play in the outdoor ranks?
I tell everybody that will listen to me, he's the best player at his position that I've ever seen, that I've ever been around. I coached a kid here in town. I coach at Friends University, NAI school, a receiver. Then he played for us with the Wild, played 6 games, did really well, and got promoted on to the CFL. He was about a head above everybody else, other receivers-wise, if that makes sense. And Rocky at his position for all the other quarterbacks that I've seen, he's head, shoulders, feet. He's so much better than everybody that I've seen, and that's no disrespect to anybody else. There's some really talented quarterbacks in this league, but his skills are so sharp, and the way that he reads our defenses and understands offenses, and just everything that he does is a true professional. And I can't say that to enough people, but of everybody that I've been around, he's the one guy that deserves a shot and just has not been given a shot to get promoted on. But as soon as he does, I think he'll make the most of it, and I'm excited for that day to come. Excited and a little bit, weary of it, because that means I lose a quarterback and I've got to try to replace him. But he's just a phenomenal talent.
All right, and speaking of phenomenal talent, you had a pretty good one in the backfield in Taiwan Hubbard. How lethal of a combination between a guy that can swing out of the backfield, and look, he had almost 30 total touchdowns a year ago. So with that said, and all the numbers that we've seen from this kid, plus the fact that you have Rocky Hines, how lethal of a combination is that?
Yeah, it's a good thing for me to have as the offensive coordinator. It's a balancing act, and this year we've been able to find it a little bit better. Last year I was new to it as a first-year coordinator, so we were real pass-heavy just because I like passes. It was kind of a disservice to Taiwan, a running back, last year. This year it's been one of my main focuses, and if you look at our plays, I think we're as balanced as anybody in the league as far as right now, and 2 games into it. Some teams have 3. We're as close to 50-50 as you can get, and that's just one of my focus. I know we have weapons, and we got to use our 2 strongest talents on the field, so we try to get Taiwan the football as much as possible if it's handing it off, and if not, then we swing him out or run different routes with him and depend on Rocky to get it tonight's game.
There you go. That is head coach Paco Martinez in his first year after being the offensive coordinator the last couple of years for the Wichita Wild. We'll take a 30-second break. When we come back, your starting lineups and the coin toss coming up next on Z98. Hardman Arena in Wichita, alongside Ross Miller, Mike Philosoph. Our countdown to kickoff tonight, the Wild and the Law. Wichita 2-0. Dodge City coming off a 7-point loss 2 weeks ago to the Oklahoma Defenders. Let's get to tonight's starting lineups. First, we meet the Dodge City Law starting offense.
Charles McCullum, quarterback. Egan Holmes, Didi Holyfield, University of Pine Bluff, Arkansas, running back.
Brandon Benson, wide receiver, Illinois State, Chicago Bears.
Maurice Young, receiver, Tennessee State.
Kendrick Eames, Millbrook High School, wide receiver.
Machan Randall Jr., offensive line, Clifton J. Ozen High School.
Anthony Jackson, center, Arkansas State University.
Tyler White, left guard, Newberry, South Carolina.
All right, there's your starting offense. Let's meet Sean Ponder's starting defense.
Mike Grace, defensive end, Washington State University.
Jamar Sear, starting nose tackle, Highland Community College.
Jared Bilbray, Northern Arizona University, defensive end.
Warner Nutt Leandre, linebacker from the University of Arkansas, Razorbacks.
Cashman Thomas, defensive back, West Texas A&M University.
Dejon Love, hybrid corner, Upper Iowa University.
Mike Bragg, strong safety, Kansas City Chiefs, Cleveland Gladiators, Texas A&M Kingsville.
There's your starting offense and defense for first-year head coach Sean Ponder and the Dodge City Law. Let's go ahead and meet the Wichita Wild at 2-0, wins over Lincoln 62-10, and then last week went on the road and beat the Oklahoma Defenders 50-44. The offense, first on the offensive line at right guard is Darren Marquez, a 6'5", 320-pounder out of Southern Illinois. He's originally from New Orleans, Louisiana. Brett Kavanaugh has been a mainstay on the offensive line his 4th year. He's the center, 6'3", 325 pounds, at the University of Central Missouri. Michael Wormley gets the start at left guard, 6'8", 300-pound from Southern Baptist, as the captains shaking hands at the 25-yard line. If we get the coin toss tonight, brought to you by Western State Bank of Dodge City.
The tails, that's the heads. What's your call? Heads is the call. It is heads. You want the football? Which goal you want to win? As we say, Dodge City won the toss. There was
Big surprise that Sean Ponder, Mr. Offense, is going to take the football first. So we'll get a chance to see the offense firsthand here tonight. Continuing with the Wichita Wild starting offense. Wide receivers, they got a bunch of good ones. Joe Cassinavoid, 6'6", 220-pounder from Kansas State. He's actually a quarterback in high school. And he signed on to be a quarterback, the backup quarterback, behind Josh Freeman at Kansas State. Brian Murphy, the other receiver, 6 foot, 200 pounds for the University of Kansas. And Jarrell Kelly, a 6 foot, 180-pounder from Brevard College. In the backfield, Tywan Hubbard, 6 foot, 200-pounder from Central Missouri. And Rocky Hines, the championship MVP a year ago, the 6'5", 240-pounder from UNLV. That's the starting offense for the Wichita Wild. We'll get to their starting defense here in just a second. And here we go. Dodge City, the defending league champs. Kicking it off for Wichita, Ernest Lacayo.
Very good kicker, too, Michael. You and I were watching. He's got a big leg.
Dominique Carson stands about 5 yards deep in the end zone. Dodge City will be moving from right to left to start things off. Special teams did not do the Law any favors 2 weeks ago. And Lacayo will tee it up from his own goal line. On their feet. Very good crowd here on a Saturday night. And we are underway, an end-over-end kick. Sails to the back of the end zone. Carson will take it right up the middle to the 5, out to the 7-yard line. And he is spun down right there by Jared Favorite. And that's where Dodge City will start. And immediately a flag comes flying out.
And what it's going to come down to is going to go Jericho Quarterman. Maybe a little bit too rough there as they're able to run one of the guys into the container, I guess, or the wall here. So we're going to go half the distance, and something that you didn't want, that we started out in the same ball game last week with the Oklahoma defenders, is maybe some senseless, and that's the word I'm going to use, penalties.
Backs them up inside their own 5, so a personal foul. Wichita defense, they run a 3-1, 3 down linemen, Matt Moss, Brandon Jacobs, and James McCartney, the down lineman, Jason Catchings from ECU, the linebacker, Kendrick Harper and Justin Finnessy, the corners, Chris Hemphill and Kyrie Daniels are the safeties. Brandon Benson goes wide right. Maurice Young will go in high motion to the right. Henrik Ings, the receiver, left. McCullum, who gets the start at quarterback with Holyfield to his left. Back to pass. Pocket collapses in the end zone. Steps up and fires. Wide open. Ings over the middle. 15, 20, 25, and he's spilled. Angling left. Into plus territory. He's finally dropped on the far side of the field by Kyrie Daniels, but it's first down yardage. Ings was wide open. They will mark him, Ross, all the way down to the 24-yard line.
Very close to the last time that he had the ball, McCollum did, he was sacked for a safety against the Oklahoma defenders. That time, great job by the offensive line. Able to build that pocket. He steps up into the pocket, sees that there's nothing there, takes off with it, first down.
Gain of 22, 1st and 10 Law at the Wichita Wild 24 in the near hash. McCollum out of the shotgun, Maurice Young left, 2 receivers right. Dominique Carson motions across the formation, jet sweep right, cuts back to the left, his helmet comes off, and he stood up right at the line of scrimmage, possibly dropped for a yard loss. And it was Matt Moss, the 6'4", 255-pound product from Texas A&M, that brought him down. Loss of a yard at 2nd and 11.
And basically we ran right into that, did a little crossing pattern, if you will, on that. And the thing is, when you do the crossing pattern, I like the little handoff right there. But the thing is, the defense came forward to try to shut down the receivers that were going in motion, ran right into the play.
Brandon Benson goes wide right. Ings to the near side left. 2nd and 11. Dodge City right at midfield. 3 receivers in high motion. McCullum takes the shotgun snap, fires a crossing pattern over the middle, and it's incomplete. Dominique Carson has it jarred loose by Kyrie Daniels. He was running from left to right. It'll be 3rd and 11 Dodge City right at midfield.
And Wild brought a lot of heat that time with what they were able to do. It's basically a 3-on-4, our 3 offensive linemen against their 4 rushers. Able to put some pressure on. Should have made the catch. You know, Michael, you have both hands on the ball, you got to catch it.
3 receivers right. 2 will go in high motion. McCullum out of the gun with Carson to his left. Takes the shotgun snap on 3rd and 11, and flags and whistles will blow this play dead. And a false start. It's going to be 3rd and 16.
And that's on us. We took way too long that time to snap the ball. We were probably 3 to 4 yards past the line of scrimmage when the ball was snapped.
Dodge City 7 of 12 on third down this year. Opening possession, moving from right to left. Ball is between the hash marks, right on the D of Wild, painted in orange across the field. Third and 16.
Sorry, Michael. Keep track of Young right here. He's been our big-time receiver, and also Vincent.
Young will line up on the line of scrimmage. Vincent and Ings will go in high motion. McCullum out of the shotgun. Third and 16, Law at their own 20. McCullum takes the shotgun snap. Three-man rush, steps up, fires it dart near side, in and out of the hands of Kendrick Ings at the 15-yard line. Back in coverage, Justin Finnessy, who played collegiately at Oregon. It'll be 4th down and 16 now for Dodge City. Here's an area where they've struggled, obviously, with special teams.
And also the thing is that you got to think about right now is that maybe our routes, we might want to shorten them up just a little bit. They're bringing on great pressure again, able to get to the quarterback. But again, another ball that should have been caught. There's only one man that was going to get his hands on the football right there, Ings. But very uncharacteristically drops the football.
4th and 16, they'll go for it at their own 20. McCullum out of the shotgun, 2 receivers in high motion right. Here comes a blitz, McCullum stands in, locks one down the middle, wide open and incomplete. At the 10-yard line, again going for Ings. And back in coverage was Dan Cox, the backup free safety. And the Wichita Wild will take over 1st and 10 at the Dodge City 20-yard line.
Did I just miss something? I mean, that was a catchable ball there by Ings, wide open. It looked like it went right through his hands as he went up for it, Michael.
So now
great route.
Yeah, now Wichita, this is something that you talked about with the Oklahoma game with 11 and a half minutes to play. No score in the opening quarter. And Wichita now has the football moving from left to right at the plus 20.
Here we go, Rocky Hines.
Rocky Hines, the UNLV product, out of the shotgun with Taiwan Hubbard to his left. 2 receivers in high motion. Hines back to pass. A quick hitter over the middle. Pass is caught and right off the hash marks. That's Jarrell Kelly, who muscles his way down inside the 10, all the way down to the 7. It's a gain of 13 and a first down.
Yeah, John Castavoy going on the go route, coming right down, and you had Hines looking at him, and that's what drew the defense over a little bit, and all of a sudden Hines goes short right there, wide open.
Kelly will go wide left, Murph to the near side right, and then Castavoy is in a slot to the left. Hines out of the shotgun, 1st and goal, 2 receivers in high motion. And off to Hubbard, cutting left, back to the right, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown. Too easy.
Very easy. Went right up the middle, broke a tackle, got another one, I tell you, and it comes back down to the offensive side. We had 3 balls that should have been caught, Michael, and I tell you what, you got back-to-back drops against Ings, and you know that he's a quality receiver, but you got to take advantage of every possession you got. That time, very good drive there by the Wild.
It's going to be a long night if Charles McCullum can't get help from his wide receivers. Ernesto Lacoya, 5'9", 185-pounder from Hastings College on for the extra point. Hines will hold. Snap back, it's high, ball down, kick on the way. Towards the uprights, and it is good. So Wichita takes advantage of Dodge City going 4 downs and out. It only takes them 2 plays in less than 2 minutes. 7-0 Wild with 10.5 to play opening quarter on Z98. It didn't take the Wild very long, just 2 plays, less than a minute. And it's Taiwan Hubbard running it into the end zone from 7 yards out. Hubbard, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. Extra point good with 10:34 to play in the first. It's 7-0. The defending league champ Wichita Wild in front. Lacaille will kick it away. Holyfield is the short man, and then Carson deep in the end zone. And this one angled and a short kick towards the seats, and it's out of play right near the 5-yard line.
And what you like about, and you bet, what you like about this is that you go right to the 25-yard line on something like this here. Great. You know what I tell you, I'm impressed with their kicker. No, but the thing is, though, that when you do something like that, he's getting great hang time, gives his team an opportunity to get down there and cover on it. When you kick it out of bounds like that, two things happen. Offense starts at 25, and someone in the fans gets a brand new football.
Yeah, that ball went out of bounds, and in the arena game, any ball that goes out of bounds on a kickoff spotted right at midfield. 1st and 10, Benson goes wide right, McCollum out of the shotgun. 3 receivers, Holyfield offset to McCollum's left. Ball in the near hash mark. McCollum takes a belt-high shotgun snap, sweeping handoff going right. Holyfield cutting it back to the left. There are just no holes right now. And he's pulled down from behind by Kyrie Daniels right at the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Right now, White, Anthony, and Jackson into the ballgame. Excuse me, Randall and Jackson in the ballgame for the offensive line. And not Wright, it's actually Roth from Holcomb.
McCollum's 0 for 3. Dodge City, meantime, -1 total yards. 3 receivers right, 1 left. McCollum out of the shotgun. Zach Roth is in the game, as you mentioned, in one of the tackle spots.
Had to take time out here. It's something going between Young and also Vincent right now. Young is trying to explain one play, what happened on that.
So let's just, if you're just tuning in, Dodge City trailing 7-0 with 9:38 to play. 7-0. Wichita scores after Dodge City had back-to-back drops by Kendrick Ings. Charles McCollum has opened up 0 for 3, so the Wild start 1st and 10 at the Dodge City 20-yard line. 2 plays, and Tywan Hubbard scampers into the end zone, and it's 7-0. We'll take a quick 30-second break. 7-0. Dodge City is behind near the opening quarter on Z98.
Their sponsorship. Don't forget more convenient locations of Jimmy's Head.
9:38 to play here in the first quarter. Dodge City will have it 1st and 10. Now check that 2nd and we'll call it 10 and a half. Right near midfield after Dede Holyfield was stuck for no gain. And they actually mark it back in their own territory, so we'll call it 2nd and almost 11. Right now, Dodge City going the wrong way.
Dodge City needs something to happen that will be positive on this play.
3 down linemen, 1 linebacker, and 4 in the secondary here for Wichita. 2nd and a long 10 from midfield for McCollum. 2 men in high motion, left and right. McCollum takes the shotgun snap. 3-man rush, fires near side. The pass is caught inside the 20. Ducking down near the 19-yard line is Maurice Young. Kyrie Daniels brings him down. They will mark him at the 19 after a gain of 6. It's 3rd and 4.
And a nice catch by Young that time. He had to lay out and went able to wrap it up. And I'll tell you, one thing I've noticed here that we've had, I see what's going on right now. We are got a whole new set of plays right now, getting some of these guys familiar with the new offensive plays just for the Wild.
McCollum is under center. 2-man in high motion right. Toss sweep, goes to Young, running right, cutting it back to the left, and he's slammed into the wall on the Holiday Inn Express side on the far side of the field by Kyrie Daniels at the 15. Maybe about a yard shy, so it'll be 4th and 1.
Need something big right here for Dodge City. See if the Law can get the first down here. Keep this drive going and keep the ball out of the hands of the Wild. As you talked about it, Michael, only 2 plays able to score convincingly and quick.
4th and 1, Dodge City at the Wichita Wild 16, moving from right to left, down 7-0. 2 for 4 in the year on 4th down. 2 receivers left, Young wide left, Benson in a slot left.
Randall fullback in the backfield.
He's the big offensive lineman, hands it off. It's Holyfield up the middle, pinballs back to the right, and has a first down. Inside the 15, between the hash marks of the 13. And Kyrie Daniels is having a huge first quarter defensively for Wichita, makes the stop. It's a first down and a gain of 3.
A la the Fridge back in the day with Randall in the backfield, a big young man that got a little bit of motion going there, was able to clear a hole. All they were able to do, the Law, was just bounce to the outside, get that first down. Nice job.
Dodge City averaging 122 yards a game on the ground thus far. 1st and 10 at the Wichita 13. 3 receivers right, McCollum out of the shotgun. Holyfield offset to his left, 2 receivers in high motion. McCollum takes the shotgun snap, pocket collapses, and he goes down. Coming through, James McCartney, his first sack of the year. Defensively for Wichita, it's their 3rd as a team. And he drops McCullum back at the 22. It's a loss of 9. It'll be second down and 19.
Boy, big time play right there by McCartney. Came in off the right side, I guess left side the way we're facing right now, but able to go right around Zach Roth that time and able to just actually dive for the quarterback's legs as McCollum was basically just starting to bail out, able to trip him up.
Loss of 9. That's the 4th sack allowed this year by Dodge City's offensive line. Second and 19 at the Wichita Wild 22. Play clock down to 7. McCullum under center now with 4 receivers. 3 in high motion. Play action. Under pressure again. Throws it towards the boards on the far side. The pass is caught. Brandon Benson made the grab. His back against the wall as he was falling towards the spectators in the front row. So a spectacular grab by Benson, net 7 yards. There's still 3rd and 12 now coming up.
And I think McCollum was actually going to try to throw that ball away, but a great grab that time by Benson, able to go up there against the board and actually got basically about half legs and half the back split between the two. Nice catch.
3rd and 12, Dodge City at the Wichita Wild 15, ball on the far hash mark. The newest member, Garrett Tidwell, was just signed on Thursday, wide right, 2 receivers left. McCullum takes the shotgun snap, under pressure and dropped at midfield. Jason Catchings, who played collegiately at Eastern Central Oklahoma. He comes through, makes the sack. That's the 2nd sack on this series. A loss of 10. It's 4th down and 22.
And we're going to go ahead and try to kick one here this time. But the thing is, on that one, it's a delay. It's a delayed blitz. What he's doing is watching the halfback. If the halfback goes out, peels out, he is taken care of. And then here comes Catchings right up the middle.
Catchings, who was the bookend on the defensive line at ECU with Armani Bryant, who was selected in the 7th round this past year by the Cleveland Browns. Burkhardt on for a field goal, and it's blocked at the line. It's blocked by James McCartney. And Burkhardt, the attempt was from 33 yards out, right down the middle, and McCartney blocks it on a line drive kick. It'll be 1st and 10 for Wichita.
And it looked like the snap was good. Ball was sitting there. Burkhardt looked like he looked up before he kicked the ball. When he did, the ball only got up about 3 feet or so. Really not a good attempt at all.
So Wichita up 7-0 takes over near midfield with 5:17 to play in the opening quarter. And the Wild leading 7-0. The only score in this game, the touchdown run by Taiwan Hubbard. They'll mark it at the Wild 23. The defending league champs, who have won 12 straight in this building. 2 receivers go right. 1 to the far side left. Hines takes the shotgun snap. It's a delayed handoff. It's to Hubbard. And not much running room as he danced left, came back to the right, and then stood up at the line of scrimmage and dropped there. Walner Leandre, who leads the entire league in tackles, makes the stop. No gain. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
2 mistakes right now really adding up, if you will. 2 sacks and 2 penalties too, Michael. Not great things that you want from the Law right now. Defense needs to stand up and get some positive action right now. See if they can feed the offense. Maybe the offense can feed off the defense.
2nd and 10. Hines out of the shotgun. Wild at their own 23. 4 receivers. 2 in high motion. Hines takes the shotgun snap. Flags flying everywhere. And a false start. Yes. False start is on Taiwan Hubbard, who motioned early.
And it looked like that play might feature a one-on-one matchup with Hubbard going deep.
Clock continues to run. 4:22 to play first quarter. 7-0 Wild. It's now 2nd and 15 Wichita at their own 17 on the near side of the field. Up 7-0. Wild last year finished at 12-2. They won the championship game here at home against Salina. 4 receivers on 2nd and 15. Play clock down to 7. 2 in high motion left. Hines takes the shotgun snap. Well protected. Slings one over the middle, and it's caught by Murph. At the 20, bouncing it to the near side right. And he's all the way down to the 10-yard line before Leandre finally spins him down. And it's a catch and run of 22 and a 1st down.
Putting no pressure on Hines that time, allowed him to let the receivers go run some long routes. Went down, came right across the middle, and Hines with the sidearm throw led him just perfectly. Nice catch.
Forward progress to the 8, so it's officially a catch and run at 24. 1st and goal Wild already up 7-0, looking for more. Kelly wide left, Murph to the near side right. Hines changing the play at the line of scrimmage, play clock at 10. High formation, now they motion a man, Castonavoid out of the backfield. Toss sweep, Hubbard running left, gets the edge, cuts back to the right, and then slammed into the boards on the far side. Maybe got near the 6-yard line. Was wrapped up around the chest. Walter Leandre again. Maybe got a yard. It's 2nd down and goal.
This team right now, Dodge City Law, you can just feel momentum not on their side right now. Needs something big to happen. See if we can get a turnover, a fumble, or an interception.
Dodge City coming in -1 in the turnover margin category. And, of course, didn't help against Oklahoma. Charles McCullum threw 2 early interceptions. 2nd and goal. Wild on the far hash mark at the 7-yard line. Hines out of the shotgun, facing a 3-man front. Hubbard directly behind him with 3 receivers. 1 in high motion right. Hines takes the shotgun snap, looking right, comes back to the left, fires into traffic, almost intercepted. Castonavoid was the intended target. Leandre was the one there along with Mike Bragg, who had a pick 6 in the opening game. It'll be 3rd and goal, Wichita at the Dodge City 7.
And Hines really could have taken off with the football also on that, but just really threw a lot of pepper on that. Castonavoid went up and had the ball in his hands, but a great defensive play to come over and knock that away. Nice job there by the Law.
Rocky Hines 2 of 3, 37 yards. Taiwan Hubbard 3 carries for 8 and a touchdown. It's 3rd and goal. Wichita at the Dodge City 7-yard line. Castonavoid and Murph to the left. Hines under center, 2 in high motion left. Play action, Hines rolling right. Under pressure, lobs towards the end zone, incomplete. And he throws it out of the end zone. Jarrell Kelly was looking for a flag on Mike Bragg. To no avail, it does not come out, and it's 4th and goal.
And you got to wonder here, you knew that they have to be in a position. You think that it's 4-down territory, but they're bringing the kicker out on this. But again, hats off to Hines that time. Realized that he was under pressure that time, so instead of sitting there trying to force one in, throws it away.
This field goal will be from 21 yards out. Ernesto Lacayo, who is 5 of 6 this year. Snap back, Hines will hold, ball down, kick on the way towards the uprights. And it is no good. So the 2nd miss of the year for Lacayo as he pushes it to the left. And the score remains 7-0 with 1:04 to go. How about Dodge City? Bending but not breaking.
And you got to like that with the defense, giving the offense another opportunity out here to get this game tied up. But you got to like that. Great job there by the defense. Made them work for it, and then we get the miss kick by the kicker there on the field goal try.
1:04 to play first quarter. Dodge City trailing 7-0. They have the football back when we come back on Z98. .04 to play here in the opening quarter from Hartman Arena in Wichita, where last week they hosted the 4A Division II state championship. Congratulations to Scott City finishing as the runner-up. Of course, they wanted the gold ball. They fell just short, but the arena, the hold's about 5,000. And I would say probably right now looking around about 3/4 full. Pretty good crowd for a Saturday night. And with 1:04 to go here in the first, Dodge City will be taking over at their own 5 after the missed 21-yard field goal by Lacayo. And Dodge City trailing 7-0. Can they get anything going offensively? Dominique Carson out to the left of Charles McCullum. Maurice Young in a slot, along with the new man Tidwell in high motion. McCullum stands in, ball comes out, back into the end zone. It's picked up by Matt Moss for a touchdown. A strip sack and a touchdown, and it's 13-0 Wichita.
Well, and that was easy. McCollum just standing there as he looks, he's in a pocket, but the pocket is collapsing on himself. He's got the ball up around his shoulder. Moss, as he comes around there, able to do the little swim move and just puts a hand out to knock the ball away. Just barely gets any fingers on it. Almost looked like the old Statue of Liberty play. The ball comes out, comes right in his hands in the end zone.
But see, that's that clock that you're talking about.
That inside clock, you've got to realize, hey, that thing is ticking. If it's not there, throw the ball away.
So a defensive touchdown 2 weeks ago against Oklahoma was a safety that did the Dodge City line late. Lacayo on for the extra point. Snap back, ball down, kick on the way. And it is good. So Dodge City catches a break defensively, and then they give it right back. 45 seconds to play in the first. 14-0 Wichita on Z98. 45 seconds to play in the first, and Dodge City down a huge hole, down 14-0. A rushing touchdown by Taiwan Hubbard from 7 yards out, and then a Matt Moss strip sack fumble recovery for a touchdown.
Last week, you did see the Wichita Wild go up on the Oklahoma defenders 21-0. Basically what the Law did to the Oklahoma defenders, only to see the defenders come back. That's what the Law is going to need.
Well, there's still a lifetime left in this game. But seen a couple of drop passes and the pressure. Just a three-man rush that last time. End-over-end kick. Comes to Carson 3 yards deep. Up the middle, 5 to the 10. And he is wrapped up by Anthony Smith and across the 10 to the 13-yard line. So a 16-yard return. And that's where Dodge City will start down 14-0, moving from right to left.
Carson's got some great wheels, but this is a great kicker right now that we're seeing. He's got a lot of practice in this building, and we saw this when we came in here and watched him work out. Michael, he's able to kick a long, deep, high ball. Gives his players a chance on the kickoff return, able to come down there and defend the return very well.
Wichita Wild coming in as the #1 scoring defense in the league. They are shutting out Dodge City with 28 seconds to play in the first. 1st and 10, Law at their own 13. 3 men in high motion. Delay, Carson up the middle. Bouncing back to the right, takes his shot. Helmet comes flying off, and he's ridden down at the 20-yard line. Brought down by Wes Yarbo, who played his college ball at Fort Hays State. That'll be a gain of 7, and that'll take us probably to the end of the opening quarter. Completely dominated by Wichita. The defending champs through 15 minutes lead the expansion. Dodge City Law 14-0 on Z98. One quarter in the books, back at Hartman Arena in Wichita alongside Ross Miller, Mike Phillisoff. 14-0 Wild in front. And the 2 touchdowns, one coming on a 7-yard run by Taiwan Hubbard, who was the all-purpose yardage leader a couple of years ago as a rookie. And then the other one, just that clock's got to go off. It did not. Charles McCullum in his own end zone, a strip sack by Moss, recovered in the end zone for a touchdown. And now it's 2nd down and 3. Dodge City now moving from left to right to begin here in the second quarter, down 14-0. At their own 20. McCullum out of the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 2 right. It's an empty set, 3 in high motion. McCullum takes a chest-high snap, fires near side, and it's caught by Maurice Young. And he's pushed out near midfield.
This is going to come on catching, as I tell you what, this was a blatant shot to McCullum. I mean, McCullum got rid of the ball out to Vincent. Oh, man, that was an easy call. Jimmy.
Well, the gain picked up the first down and then add 15 more right to midfield. So it was a gain of 5 initially.
I don't know
Maurice Young made the catch.
I'm going to say this, Mike. I don't know what Catchings was thinking of. I mean, McCollum just got rid of the football. Catchings took probably about 3 or 4 steps and then lowered the boom on McCollum. McCollum was actually able to cover up because he'd already thrown the football and saw him still coming.
All the way down to the 11, so net 19 yards on that last play, and it's 1st and 10 just outside the 10. McCollum out of the shotgun. 2 receivers in high motion, including Tidwell. Handoff Holyfield. That's a spin-off one man right up the middle. Yarborough's the first one that got his hands on him, and he drops him at the 10. Jason Catchings finished him off after a gain of a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
Catchings is great feet right now. All he was doing is just keying off the running back. He steps forward when he sees the running back make a move forward, and then when he sees that he has the football, steps right into the lane.
Jason Catchings went undrafted in the last year's draft. He hopes to get another chance to play in the NFL. 2nd down and 9, right at the 10. Dodge City at the Wichita 10. 2 receivers, high motion left. They rush 3. McCollum pumps right, comes back to the left, dumps it off to Holyfield, who is pushed down at the 7. And he's spun down near the 6. Kendrick Harper, who played at KU, brings him down at the 7. It's where they're going to mark him. It's a gain of 3. It'll be 3rd down and 6.
Nice play to the outside. Thing is, on that play, is that Harper actually didn't go right. He maybe just went to hit him. If Holyfield's able to keep his feet, he scores on that. Went over and just hit the sideline, which is the padding on the wall. That's out of bounds.
5th play of this drive for Dodge City that started at their own 13. Maurice Young in a slot with Tidwell and Vincent wide left. McCollum out of the shotgun on 3rd and 6 from the 7. 2 receivers, high motion left. McCollum, well protected, stands in. Now the pocket collapses, and down he goes for the 3rd time, all the way back near his 15-yard line.
We do have a penalty flag in the end zone. Looked like it came out here. This possibly could be a defensive penalty.
Brandon Jenkins, his 2nd sack of the year if it stands up. See if we get an illegal defense call here in the secondary.
I think this could be a hold. We'll see.
Big call right now for Dodge City.
Might be against Harper.
Defense, number 92.
No.
Defense, penalties half the distance to the goal. 3rd down.
Exactly, his mic cut out to see exactly. He didn't give a signal what he called. But it's not a personal foul. It's not an automatic 1st down, but it moves the ball.
3rd down is short for Dodge City. 3rd and short.
To the 4. They need to get for the 1st down is just inside the 3.
Might have went with an illegal defense that time as the call was on Jenkins, one of the defensive linemen.
Call it 3rd and 2. They got to get right to the 2. McCollum is under center. Holyfield deep in a 1-back set. Handoff, Holyfield running left. Stiff arm has the 1st down into the boards at the 1-yard line. As he was tracked down sideline to sideline by Kiari Daniels. He'll have a 1st down and a gain of 3.
Boy, Randall came over and actually just buried Catchings. As he got up, Catching was doing a little jawing with him, but Randall said, hey, listen, maybe next time. Maybe next time I won't let you up.
1st and goal, Dodge City. At the Wichita 1, down 14-0 with 11:50 to play. McCollum under center. Holyfield for the single setback. 2 receivers tight right. McCollum, handoff, Holyfield, starting right, cutting it back left, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown.
Very simple that time. You come up with Randall, and if you watch Randall that time, Catchings wanted nothing to do with Randall, was able to give up the gap, and really didn't have to worry about using the gap, was able to just to walk into the end zone, turn sideways, and get in there. Nice touchdown, good drive there for DodgeCityLaw.
And they got some help with 2 big penalties, an illegal defense and a personal foul on Jason Catchings. And now Dalton Burkhardt, who's had his struggles, the Dodge City kid, on for the extra point. Young will hold. Snap back, ball down. This one is right down the middle. And it's 14-7 Wichita with 11:37 to play, 2nd quarter on Z98. Last drive for Dodge City, 6 plays, 37 yards in 4 minutes and 8 seconds. And it's D.D. Holyfield running it in. His 4th touchdown of the year. Extra point by Dalton Burkhart is good, and it's 14-7. Wild in front, 11:37 to play second quarter. And the Wild about to get the football back. Taiwan Hubbard, one of the most dangerous men in the CPIFL, is back deep alongside Junior Allen, the backup tailback.
Got to be thinking it will be Scriven that's had problems when we tried to go deep with it at Dodge City versus the defenders. Gave up the ball down at the 25 twice and also to the 11-yard line.
Burkhart will kick it away from his own goal line. And he does send it away. It's a short end-over-end kick. Hubbard on a dead run at the 14. Breaks a tackle and he's tripped up. And if Cashman Thomas doesn't trip him up at the 20, falls forward to the 25, Taiwan Hubbard is gone. Instead, it's a return of 12, 1st and 10.
And at the 25-yard line, I tell you, if you're going to try to kick it mid-range, you better get that ball way up in the air. That time was not way up in the air. Very fortunate that did not get returned.
14-7, Dodge City trails. Wichita in possession right at midfield. Ball in the L, painted in orange for Wild across the field. Cassinavoid and Murph go to the right. Taiwan Hubbard and Junior Allen left. It's an empty set and a pistol formation for Rocky Hines. 2 men in high motion, one either way. It's a quick shot to the near side. Hubbard makes the catch at the Dodge City 20, outside the numbers, and he's spun down at the 19-yard line. He is brought down by another new member of Sean Ponder's bunch, Mark Sterling from CSU Pueblo. Mark him down at the 19, gain of 6 at 2nd and 4.
And, Michael, you can understand how important it is on the defensive side. It's one-on-one coverage to make a one-on-one tackle.
Rocky Hines has looked sharp here at the start. 3 of 5 for 43 yards. 2nd and 4, Wild at the Dodge City 19 on the near hash. 2 men in high motion right. Flags fly all over the place again.
And when you go into this ball game, you look at this, you go look at the offensive sets that they're running right now. They are running short pass routes, except for the one long one right across the middle that maybe takes, when we talk about this, 4 to 5 seconds. The short passes are basically 2 to 3 seconds, really quick hitters. Dodge City, on the other hand, what they're doing is going down long and maybe taking a little bit too much time, get in that comfort zone of maybe about 2 to 3 seconds. Thing is, when you do that, you got to worry about the route being jumped also.
10.5 to play second quarter, 14-7, Wild in front. It was a false start, 2nd and 9 at the Dodge City 24 in the near hash. Murph and Cassinavoid in high motion right. It's a slant, caught over the middle. Murph wide open, 15 all the way to the 10-yard line. Mike Bragg is the one that finally brought him down. It's a catch and run of 14 and a 1st down.
Got to worry about the Wild coaching staff right now, maybe having a tie-in to the defensive coaching staff's Mike over here with Demetrius Ross, because we brought the blitz that time right up the middle. He just threw the ball where it wasn't. That's where the running back went, able to get a nice catch or a good throw there behind.
Rocky Hines, who has been offered a tryout in the CFL, which is actually works out perfectly. It's coming up here in a couple of weeks during one of their bye weeks. 1st and goal at the 10. 2 receivers, high motion either way. Handoff Hubbard running left towards the near side wall. Scampers in. Touchdown. There is a flag down at the 8. And this in the area of offensive holding. And this one for sure looks like it's coming back.
Do you want to know a useless fact that you might be able to use on Jeopardy one day about Taiwan Hubbard?
Please.
Okay. He's actually married to Kayla Myers from Deerfield. And Kayla Myers' family is here right now, along with Jan and David Myers. On top of that, a brother of David's, Glenn and Irvin, his son, came up from Deerfield to watch the football game as Taiwan Hubbard being in the family.
He's a Kansas City native. He went to Central Missouri, played high school ball at Blue Valley, played on 2 national title teams for Troy Morrill over at Butler. Holding call backs it up to the 19. So it's 1st and goal from there. Hines back to pass, fires right, incomplete. And a big-time shot, Mike Bragg leveling Brian Murph as the ball hit him right between the 11, the 1-1 on his chest. It'll be 2nd down and goal.
And you kind of wonder if Murph might have heard just some footsteps coming over as it went right off his white gloves, the white football off the white gloves. Bragg was right there. Nice shot there by Bragg. Gives somebody something to think about next time.
So 2nd down just inside the 20. Scoreboard says they can get a first down. They should not be able to. This should just be a second and goal situation from the 19-yard line. Taiwan Hubbard is split out to the left. Hines, jet sweep. Junior Allen running right and slammed into the wall. A sea of yellow shirts surround him, and it's Walner Leandre running sideline to sideline, tracking him down at the 18, maybe a half yard. It'll be 3rd and goal.
You got to watch Hines there at UNLV. What kind of feet does he have in case he decides to take off every now and then? Great speed.
Very athletic kid. One thing, you don't want to flush him out of the pocket. They have not done that yet. So that sets up a 3rd and goal right around the 18-yard line. Hines out of the shotgun, 2 receivers left, 2 right. Right foot in front of the left. Hard snap count. Hines takes the shotgun snap. Here comes the blitz. Hines under pressure and sacked. Dumped back at his own territory. Walner Leandre dumps him at the 20-yard line. His first sack of the year. Dodge City's 4th as a team.
Hines actually that time he was actually caught in the backfield looking right, staring looking right. All of a sudden Leandre is right in his face, and good thing that Hines was able to refocus because Walter Leandre was going to drill him.
The loss of 12, so they'll bring Lacayo out. His longest field goal this year is from 29. He's 4 for 4 between 20 and 29 yards. This one from further than that as he angles it to the right, not even close as he pushes it to the right. So a field goal of 44 yards goes wide to the right. And Dodge City dodges another bullet, and they will get the football back when we come back. 7:04 to play, 2nd quarter. It's Wichita 14 and Dodge City 7 on Z98.
Right,
7:04 to play in the half. Alongside Ross Miller, Mike Pilasoff, Hartman Arena here in Wichita. 14-7 Wild in front. Wild scored the first 14 points of this game. A 7-yard rushing touchdown by Taiwan Hubbard, and then a strip sack touchdown by Matt Moss. Dodge City countered, though, with Dede Holyfield's rushing touchdown. And that's where we stand now, a missed 44-yard field goal. And Dodge City has it back 1st and 10, moving from left to right at their own 5-yard line. Down 14-7 with 7:04 to play in the half, and a golden chance in a place where not many teams have been successful to possibly tie the game before the half. McCollum in the shotgun, takes a belt-tie shotgun snap. Quarterback draw, up the middle, breaks a tackle, stretching it out to the left. And he's pushed down at the 9-yard line. Kiari Daniels and Matt Moss, who has the strip sack for a touchdown, brings him down near the far side wall after a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
And I like the call just to get a little bit of room right there. Don't have to worry about taking a sack in the end zone for a safety, but I like that call right there.
Charles McCullum, 4-7, 21 yards. He's been sacked 3 times, 1 he lost in the end zone. 2nd and 6, Dodge City on the far hash at their own 9-yard line. McCullum out of the shotgun. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Men in high motion either way. Handoff, Carson starting right. Jitterbugs up the middle, and he's out near the 15-yard line.
You saw a flag come out fast too, Michael.
Yeah, flag comes out in the secondary at the 20. It was Jason Catchings that made the stop. As of right now, it's a gain of 6, right at the first down marker. Check the flag.
Defensive formation, number 99. Defense, 5-yard penalty, remains 2nd down.
when you go in the defensive, and what they're talking about, you can't do the twist. They call it a twist. Thing is when you do basically a crossing with the defensive line from the nose tackle to the defensive line. You cannot do that. That's the second time that they've been caught with that.
Yeah, the penalty actually hurts Dodge City because they would have had the first down. Instead, it's 2nd and 1 now after the 5-yard defensive penalty on Wichita. 2nd and 1, Dodge City at their own 14. Under 6 to play, first half, down 14-7. 4 receivers, 2 men in high motion. Handoff goes to Carson. Up the middle, has a first down across the 20. Breaking tackles to the 25. And he spilled up the far side board to the 20-yard line in plus territory. Finally brought down by Justin Finnessy. They will mark him down at the Wichita 20. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for Dodge City.
And you got like that Garrett Tidwell was continuing to block downfield. All he did was tuck in behind Tidwell after breaking the initial line and then getting behind Tidwell, able to lead the way down there while he's throwing some blocks. Nice job there by Tidwell.
5:20 to play, second quarter, 14-7 Wichita in front. Dodge on the move left to right, 1st and 10 at the plus 20-yard line. Play clock down to 8. We see Dennis Havrilla into the game for the first time. Takes a belt-tie shotgun snap. Throws one near side. It's caught. Hauled in just outside the 10-yard line. And then cutting it back upfield, getting extra yardage, is Brandon Benson, who made the catch in front of Jared Favorite. And they'll mark him all the way down at the 7. It's a catch and run of 13 and a first down.
I don't know if you missed it, too. We had Young wide open going right down the middle of the field. Dennis did not see him, but was able to draw just a little bit as he came right back around. Found Benson over there. Nice catch here. I still want him to put a little bit more juice on that football, but nice first pass is a catch.
Dennis Havrilla, who signed initially with the Spokane Shock of the AFL, he's back now. 1st and goal at the 7. Play action. Havrilla steps up. Gonna take off at the 5. Eludes one man. And he ducks inside the 5 down to the 3. Avoiding the tackle by Kendrick Harper. And Havrilla goes down at the 3, gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and goal with 4:10 to play here in the half.
Love the play right there. We're just going to do a fake pitch to the outside. What it does is able to freeze catches a little bit as he started to go to the outside. When he goes to the outside, Havrilla realizes that he's able to take off because it leaves the middle wide open. Nice play.
Havrilla, who trains with Jeff Garcia, the former San Francisco 49ers quarterback. It's 2nd and goal at the 3. Two receivers, high motion left, toss sweep, goes to Carson, running left, no room. And he's stuck behind the line of scrimmage. Jason Catchings once again drops him back at the 9, loss of 3, it's 3rd and goal.
Understand this, and when you come to arena football, it's actually 50, the field is 50 yards long with 8 yards in the end zone, but only 28 yards across. So you break it down, you're down to 14 yards. You don't have a whole lot of room to operate, try to get to the outside. Big job that time by the Wichita Wild, able to come up and contain the play.
6th play of this drive. Dodge City just 1 for 5 on 3rd down. 3rd and goal at the 9. Havrilla remains in. McCollum is on the bench. It's a good option to have it as a backup quarterback, though. 3 receivers go right, 2 in high motion right. Movement on the left side of the line. Question is, was James McCartney drawn off? No, it's a false start. And it backs it up to the 14. It'll be 3rd and goal from there. And it was called on Zach Roth, who was actually in the New England Patriots training camp back in 2011, but the lockout, the NFL lockout that year, did not allow him nor any of the other younger players of the undrafted free agents have enough time to get acquainted with their new teams, and he was ultimately cut. He's now a farm boy, owns his own business with his brother, the Holcomb product. And after the penalty, it's 3rd and goal back at the 14. 2 receivers, including the newest one, Tidwell, in a slot to the near side right. 2 in high motion, including Young and Benson. Back to pass, Havrilla, steps up, fires, end zone intercepted. Picked off Kendrick Harper, near side to the 5, and he's out to the 10-yard line. So Dennis Havrilla telegraphs an easy room service interception for Kendrick Harper. And the drive stalls. It's 1st and 10, Wichita out near their own 10.
Ouch, I tell you what, we were coming down the field, and then all of a sudden we get a penalty. Just not a great play. Kind of takes the momentum away, and that time tried to get an isolation out there against the defensive back against Benson. Problem is that when Havrilla stepped up to throw the football, I think it might have got touched a little bit there at the line of scrimmage too, Michael, because the ball actually kind of wobbling on him just a little bit and able to get an easy pick right there by the defensive back for the Wild.
Wichita Wild, their 4th interception as a team this year. They have now forced 5 turnovers in 3 games.
Sometimes you make a big defensive play. Sometimes you want to go after a big offensive play.
Wichita has all 3 of their timeouts. 1st and 10 from their own 9. Toss sweep Hubbard up the seam left side. Breaks the tackle. There he goes. 25-20. And finally shoved out of bounds in Dodge City territory. Mike Bragg is the one that saves the touchdown, who flings him into the wall on the near side of the field. They'll mark him down at the 20-yard line. And for Hubbard to run a 21 and a first down.
Well, Spate had a great opportunity, Michael. That was him that you were seeing him reach out there and try to grab the jersey to bring him down. Just couldn't hold on to him, as Hubbard is a very strong runner, able to break it.
Hubbard, who was actually the backup running back at Central Missouri, they never allowed him to really blossom. He is here in Wichita in his 3rd season with the Wild. 1st and 10 at the +20. Hubbard gets another carry on a delay as he runs to the left, angling outside the numbers, and he's slammed into the boards. And greeting him over there, Ja'Cory Quarterman, linebacker for Sean Ponder, drops him at the 16 after a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
Taiwan wants to keep his hopes alive of actually making it into the NFL one day. Was able to talk to him there at Deerfield here just not too long ago. But the thing is, though, that this is what it's all about right here. You come down here, keep yourself in shape, hoping that someone will give you that opportunity.
It's the under 90-second timeout. 1:24 to go in the second. Wichita 14, Dodge City 7. It'll be 2nd and 6. Wichita at the Dodge City 16 when we come back on Z98. .28 to play second quarter alongside Ross Miller, Mike Pilosoff. Dodge City trailing 14-7. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Wild at the Law 16-yard line. The score in this game has been Taiwan Hubbard. 5 carries, 33 yards, and a touchdown. Rocky Hines 4 of 7 for 57 yards, including a 24-yard completion that set Wichita up 1st and goal. They did not score on that possession, but the very next play, of course, was the strip sack by Moss. 2 touchdowns for Wichita, 1 by Hubbard and 1 by the defensive end, Matt Moss. And for Dodge City, their touchdown coming on a 7-yard run by D.D. Holyfield, his 4th rushing touchdown of the year. Since then, Dennis Havrilla, who was just recently reacquired by Sean Ponder after being cut by the Spokane Shock in the AFL, throws an interception in the end zone. And Wichita's moved from their own 9 to the +16. It's 2nd and 6 with Hines under center. Hubbard the single setback. Murph to the left. Casson avoid right. 2 receivers in motion. Handoff goes to Hubbard. Stutter step at the line of scrimmage. Cuts it back inside the numbers. And is tackled at the 14-yard line after a gain of about 1.5 yards. As it was Bill Bray, the first one that grabbed him down. Dodge City uses their 2nd timeout of the first half. And it'll be 3rd down and 4.
Michael, when you sit there and realize with a minute 28 basically in this game left here for the half, you want to be able to keep the Wild out of the end zone, keep them in a non-scoring issue because they get the football at the start of the second half. How about a low-scoring ball game? You and I were talking to one of the assistant football coaches for Garden City High School. Derek Goebel stopped by here before the ball game, brought his kids over. And we talked to him, bragged about, boy, this is going to be a high-scoring game, but you better get ready. There's going to be a lot of points scored here in this ball game. 21 right here in front of us.
And there have been opportunities for more. We've seen missed field goals. We've seen turnovers. And now 3rd and 4 Wild at the Dodge City 14-yard line. Jarrell Kelly wide to the near side left. Hubbard goes wide right. 2 receivers will go in high motion right with Rocky Hines out of the shotgun. Hines takes a belt-tie shotgun snap. Here comes the blitz. Delivers over the middle to Kelly, who makes the catch inside the 10. Spins down to the 9-yard line. He's brought down by Mike Bragg after a gain of 5 and moved the chains. It's 1st and goal.
Nice pass there, too. Well covered that time by the DC Law, but just a good pass, able to get it right into the numbers. Just a little tiny slant pattern, if you will. Basically down 2, come right across the middle to 45.
Rocky Hines now 5 of 8. It's 1st and goal at the 9. 3 receivers right. Hines out of the pistol with Hubbard behind him. Ball in the near hash mark. Cast and avoid in high motion right. Toss sweep right. It's Hubbard. Stood up at the line, pushed forward, and then shoved back by Bilbray. Jared Bilbray, who played at Northern Arizona. An inspired young man who basically turned his life around because of his cousin, Jason Patton, who joined the military, did 3 tours in Iraq. A Purple Heart was killed back in 2008. He's the one that's in on the stop. Loss of the yard at 2nd and goal. Timeout Dodge City.
And you think about Northern Arizona and the beautiful country there of Flagstaff. He also had an opportunity, had some NFL scouts come in last year, was able to perform in front of them and told him to keep on working. See that maybe one day he'll make it to the NFL.
And check that, the timeout was called by Wichita. They have 3 remaining. Dodge City is out. Each team gets 4 timeouts. It's a good point to talk about Flagstaff, by the way, because you've never seen anything. You go from 120 degrees in Las Vegas, you make the 4-hour trip to Flagstaff, and it's snowing and it's 40 degrees.
And you think about it, just 2 hours away from downtown Phoenix too, Michael.
Yeah. Beautiful country over there if you've never been to Flagstaff. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Wichita at the 10 after the timeout. Pass and avoid the Kansas State product wide right. 3 receivers, including Hubbard. 2 in high motion. Hines looks right, comes back to the left, and throws incomplete at the goal line off the left hand of Jarrell Kelly. Mike Bragg was back there along with Cashman Thomas for the Dodge City Law. The ball went off his left hand as he was backpedaling into the end zone. It'll be 3rd and goal Wild at the Dodge City 10 with 49 seconds to play 2nd quarter. Wild up 14-7.
And that was a dart basically at the shoulder pads, able to get the left hand up there, but great, again, good defensive action that time by the DC Law, able to deny that score.
Jarrell Kelly, who actually played college basketball at Indian River Community College in Fort Pierce. It's his 2nd season. Play clock down to 5. Rocky Hines going to call a timeout. And let it go all the way down to 1. The game clock is at 49.
Timeout, Wichita, first charge. 30 seconds.
And the Wild now have 3 timeouts remaining. Check that, 2 timeouts remaining. Stand corrected on that. So with 49 seconds to play in the half, and it's 14-7. Dodge City is trailing by a touchdown. It'll be 3rd down and goal, Wichita at the 10. If you're just tuning in, Dodge City fell behind early. Their opening drive ended up going 4 downs and out. Wichita took over at the Law 22 plays later. It was Taiwan Hubbard from 7 yards out, and it's quickly 7-0. Dodge City on their next possession would stall at the plus 15. Alton Burkhardt would come on, miss a field goal. Actually was blocked by McCartney at the line of scrimmage. Wichita wouldn't be able to respond, but they would get it back after Dodge City had a goal line stand. And then Matt Moss, the strip sack of Charles McCullum in the end zone. That's where we stand, 14-7. 3rd and goal, Wichita at the Dodge City 10 with 49 seconds to play in the half. 4 receivers, 2 in high motion. Hines takes the shotgun snap, fires over the middle, incomplete. On a crossing pattern, it was Brian Murph, the intended receiver, who was going from right to left across the formation. It'll be 4th and goal from the 10. I'll give you a hint to his back in coverage, Walter Leandre.
And I'll tell you what, the play was there. They'll go back to that sometime here in the future, just letting just a little bit too much to Leandre. Very good job. The reaction that the defensive backs have to do, Michael, they have to be cat quick here as they attempt the field goal.
This will be from 24 yards out, right down the middle for Lacayo, who's already missed one. So give him a 10-point lead. Snap back, ball down, kick on the way. Towards the uprights, hits the middle of the scoreboard. It is good. 24-yarder good by Lacayo. He is now 6 of 8 on the year with 44 seconds to play in the half. Wild extend the lead, 17-7 over Dodge City on Z98. 8 plays, 31 yards in about 4.5 minutes. It stalls for Wichita. But Lacayo comes on for the field goal from 24 yards out. And 17-7 Wichita in front with 44 seconds to play in the opening half. Lacayo will kick it away from his own goal line. Carson stands back against the wall in the end zone. End over end kick. Hits the ceiling.
Go to the 25. You got to like that.
Yeah, that's just anytime the ball goes out of play, whether it hits the ceiling or it hits the wall or it goes out of bounds. And it's almost like an illegal procedure in the outdoor game, and it starts right at midfield. That's the second time we've seen that. And with 39 seconds, Dodge is out of timeouts, but they have it 1st and 10 at midfield.
And you see Havrilla will come into the ball game. Actually, one of our guests, which is really kind of cool, Thursday night at Casey's Cowtown. I'm going to tell you, people, you got to go to Casey's Cowtown on Thursday. Last week was sirloin was their special, and I'm going to say this, Mike Casey, you got it going on there with a couple great cooks, and I actually love that sirloin. Very good job of cooking it.
1st and 10, Law down 17-7. Havrilla in at quarterback. Out of the shotgun with Holyfield to his right. 2 receivers, high motion right, takes the shotgun snap. 3-step drop, throws near side, and it's picked off at the 5. Second interception for Kendrick Harper. Up the near side 20. Near midfield and finally brought down by Mac Randall Jr. A second interception by Dennis Havrilla. And with 29 seconds to go, the Wild will have an opportunity with a couple of timeouts.
And all we did that time, we sent everybody downfield that basically 30 to 40 yards, I guess 25 yards is where they're sitting at. And the safety, all he's doing is just spying what Dennis is looking at. Dennis is sitting there looking to there. He just creeps over, lets the ball go. Easy interception.
Wild will have it 1st and 10 at their own 24. They got a couple of timeouts remaining in 29 seconds. So McCullum must not be feeling well at all.
Back-to-back passes, INT.
And that one not even close, looking for Brandon Vincent. 1st and 10, Wild at their own 24, up 17-7. 3 receivers stacked right, 2 in high motion right. Dodge City will rush 3. Hines well protected. Throws over the middle, incomplete. And miscommunication on a go route between him and Jarrell Kelly at the 5-yard line. Just inside the numbers. It'll be 2nd down and 10, Wild at their own 24.
And also on our defense, if you think about this, Michael, this game could very well be a 10-7 ball game. Remember the easy touchdown that we gave up down here on our own end zone.
Coming up at half, we'll speak with the commissioner of the CPIFL, James Bain. He'll join us. Get you some scores from around the league as well. And right here, it's 17-7 Wichita in front. Then a 2nd and 10. Wild at their own 24. 2 timeouts and 25 seconds to play in the second quarter. Hines out of the pistol. Hubbard behind him. 2 men in motion right. Back to pass Hines. Lobs one up the near sideline, incomplete. Hand-to-hand combat. Again looking for Kelly. Mike Bragg drew the assignment there with his yellow gloves. And he swats the ball away. It'll be 3rd down and 10. Wild at their own 24.
If the ball was catchable, you might have thrown a flag on that because some illegal contact down the field. But the thing is, the ball was not nearly catchable at all. James Bain from eastern South Dakota, big-time Minnesota Viking fan. He and I had a nice little talk there, chatter about between the Packers and the Vikings. Right now, the Packers have been getting the best of the Vikings.
Hines now 5 of 12 for 62 yards. 3rd and 10, Wild at their own 24. Gas and avoid in high motion left. Hines back to pass. Well protected. Throws a slant. It's caught by Murph. Inside the 15 as a 1st down. Spun down at the 14. Mike Bragg and Michael Grace bring him down. Clock will stop as they move the chains. And they move it to the 14-yard line. And a strike of 12 yards, 1st down. Clock will roll as soon as they spot the ball ready for play with 16 seconds. 4 receivers, 1st and 10 inside the 15 at Dodge City. Hines back to pass, another slant caught by Casanavoid, and he walks into the end zone for a touchdown. Over the middle, beat Leandre. 14 yards, and the Wild extend the lead, 23-7 with 9 seconds to play in the half.
All that was basically go 10 yards down, run a slant right across in front of the defensive player as he turns. There's the football. More or less just walk right into the end zone that time. And really, you know, the defense can do a lot, but your offense has got to help you. And right now, there's no help from the offense.
Lacayo on for the extra point. Looking to extend to a 24-7 lead with 9 seconds to play in the half. Hines will hold. Snap back, ball down, kick on the way, and it is perfect. So with 9 seconds to play second quarter, Wichita 24, Dodge City 7 on Z98. Nine seconds to play in this first half. On that last drive for Wichita, taking advantage of another Dennis Avila interception. 4 plays, 26 yards in just 31 seconds. And it's a touchdown pass, Rocky Hines to Joe Casanavoid, his 4th touchdown reception of the year for Hines. His 9th touchdown compared to only 1 interception. With 9 seconds and no timeouts. Let's see how Sean Ponder's team will attack this. Down 24-7 with a lifetime remaining in this game.
And we've got our hands unit in right now on our kickoff return.
They do kick it away. Carson stands back deep. Off his fingertips, it's a loose ball in the end zone. Picked up by Carson. There he goes, and he's spilled at the 3. Tackled in the open field by Justin Fittesie. And that's the final play of a first half dominated by Wichita. They lead 24-7.
Turnovers right now really dominating this game right now for the DC Law. And you think about this, that's how the Oklahoma Defenders was able to beat the DC Law. We turn the ball over, they don't. We can't get a turnover. And that's really kind of made a difference in this ball game, Mike.
And you figure this, Wichita will get the ball to start the second half. We'll take a break. When we come back, we will speak with the commissioner of the CPIFL, James Bain. Will join us next. 24-7 Wichita at the half on Z98.
and scored 1 touchdown. He was named CPI.
We are back at the half here at Hartman Arena in Wichita. 24-7, the defending league champs have the lead on the Dodge City Law. In the first half that had plenty of twists and turns and so many blown opportunities by Dodge City. Charles McCollum, the starting quarterback, out of this game. He was getting IVs earlier for flu-like symptoms. In fact, he had told the coaching staff on the way over here that he was not feeling well. He came in, took a couple of sacks early. Dennis Avrilla came in, a backup quarterback who recently had a tryout with the Arena Football League Spokane. Shocked through 2 interceptions, one of those leading to a touchdown before the half, and that's where we sit 24-7. We'll take a break. When we come back, we will hear from the commissioner of the CPIFL, James Bain. That's coming up next. 24-7 Wichita in front on Z98.
Let's give you a couple of minutes. Give those footballs a throw. Closest one to the middle wins $50.
At the half, Wichita leading 24-7 here at Hartman Arena in Wichita. A reminder that the Bangerter Rabine is the proud sponsor of the Dodge City Law Gunpowder Girls at halftime. Also, Longs brings you the Gunpowder Girls halftime show. Like their boots, you can stop into Longs and pick out a pair just for you. Alongside Ross Miller, Mike Philosoph at Hartman Arena, we are pleased to be joined by the commissioner of the Champions Professional Indoor Football League, that being James Bain. Boy, you make the rounds, I'll tell you that, so busy guy.
I put on some miles on the vehicle, that's for sure.
I'm going to say you have a gas card and everything else. We had a chance to talk to you earlier this week, and I think it's, we'll kind of rehash on some of that. Part of what I was telling everybody else and just talking to some of these coaches, and we've been talking about this league in general and just the CPIFL, and you look at the Arena League, what's happened with AF2 and the IFL and everything else. longevity is always the major question that people ask. How long will this league? We see leagues come and go all the time. This is the second year of this one. So, as the commissioner, what do you see? What's the difference between this league and every other league that we've had?
Well, a couple things that we do to prevent this, the turnover is we put a lot of emphasis on the teams. So let's say something happened and this league did go away and Dodge City joined a different league. Fans, want the team to be strong, which is most important, and for the team to be marketed properly, and for all the resources at the team level to be top notch. And so that's one thing we've done. We have pushed our teams to do everything they can at the local level to build trust with the fans, to build a fan base, rather than giving any credit to the league. Because fans are not coming to the game to watch the league, right? Fans are coming to the game to watch the Dodge City Law and have a good time at the Law game. And most fans, frankly, may not even know the other teams in the league and may not care, but they're having a great time and great entertainment at a good value at a Law game, and that's what's most important.
James Fan, the commissioner of the CPIFL, joining us here on our halftime show. 24-7 Wild, the defending league champs, on top of your Dodge City Law, 24-7. How much does a regional market play into the success and the longevity of this league? It's everything for us. I mean, if we can, keeping costs low, and when we started this, we wanted to change the way the business was done of indoor football. And in the past, costs were out of control, and teams, operated like they were NFL teams, and owners got into it thinking they were going to own a team and be Jerry Jones, right? So we needed to change the attitude that, just because you own a team does not make you Jerry Jones. It does not make your pockets deep. It doesn't bring with it all this glamour of the NFL, right? We have to work hard, work harder than most, and we just need to focus on being who we are and being happy with that and putting on a great product for the fans. The reason this works is because fans get to go on the field after games and do autographs. You don't see that. So this is a different product, and we needed to start treating it as a different product. Wichita is an interesting story because they had the Wichita Stealth from 2000 to 2004. They eventually folded out. They were, in fact, a part of the Arena Football League and then got basically booted out. It came down to a financial situation there. And now you have a team that came back, different team, different arena. It's a beautiful facility here in Hartman. So from 2007 to 2014, you don't see a lot of teams in the indoor game last that long. But we have a couple of them in this league. Omaha has been around for a really long time. In fact, one of the longest tenured teams in all of indoor football, and then Wichita. So how have they been able to maintain that success?
And Sioux City as well. I think they all do it differently. Sioux City, they built great relationships in the community. It's a smaller town, about the size of Salina, and they just do a great job in the community. Fans have fun, and fans really get behind it. Wichita has a great owner, and so Sioux City has a great owner too, but Wichita, it's driven by a great owner, Wink Hartman, who built a phenomenal facility. As you can see, this arena is not owned by the city or owned by the county. He built it himself, and so great ownership support has led the Wild franchise to where they're at now and winning a championship, and obviously great fans too. But without Wink Hartman, who knows where this Wichita franchise would be, and this facility is a testament to his dedication to the product, delivering the product to the city, and his support in building the league was phenomenal. Omaha, they've had a number of different owners throughout the years. Their fans, and Omaha's a bigger market too, the biggest market we're in, I think it is. And so they've had a smaller, loyal group of fans all these years, the same people you see every time you go there. So kind of different stories throughout the longevity, but having that owner, making the connections in the community, so important.
And so far, we've seen that with Dodge City. That is James Bailey, commissioner of the CPIFL, joining us here at the half, 24-7 Wichita in front. We've seen that with Dodge City. Ricky Burns and his ownership group coming in here. They picked you couldn't have picked a better town in western Kansas than Dodge City, so they do that. And it's been a success. They had, close to 4,000 people at their first home game of the regular season. So obviously it's been a win-win thus far through the first month and a half of the season.
And such a big part of it is your how you operate your team. Being visible in the community, reaching out to business owners to sponsor the team, doing things consistent in your media and social media and website and things like that. All those little things that you don't see on game day, so important, especially when starting a franchise and being honest with people and taking time to visit with fans and learn fans' names when they buy season tickets. People don't see that on game day, but they're just so critical. And I knew Ricky would be, since he had operated teams before, and I knew he'd pick right up on that. I think so often where new owners fail is they're too into the players. And the players are important, and you want to win games, but doing the other things that people don't see is even more important.
Mr. Ben, we definitely appreciate you coming on. Thank you very much.
I appreciate you having me and the work you do. You guys do a great job.
Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
You bet.
There you go. The best dressed guy in the building, too, by the way. Take a break. When we come back, we'll get to the first half stats. 24-7, Wichita in front. You're listening to Law Football on Z98. At the half, 24-7, Wichita in front alongside Ross Miller, Mike Pilosoff from Parkland Arena in Wichita. Let's quickly get your first half numbers as we'll start. And this, look, first downs, everything looks pretty even when we look at some of the numbers here. 5 first downs for Dodge City, 7 for Wichita. The total yards is where it's going to get you. 111 for the Wild, 51 for the Law. Passing 34 yards for Dodge City, 88 for the Wild. Rushing, Dodge City 15 carries for 17 yards. Wichita has never given up a 100-yard rusher since coming into the CPIFL. And that now, this being their 17th game, 9 carries for 23 for Wichita. Dodge City lost the fumble, went for a touchdown. Sacks in the first half. Dodge City had 1, Wichita had 3. Penalties, Dodge City 3 for 13, Wichita 7 for 63. Third downs, Law just 1 of 5, Wichita 2 of 5. And the time of possession, Law 17:35, Wichita 12 minutes and 25 seconds. On the individual side, we'll start with Dodge City. Charles McCollum, 4 of 7, 21 yards. And then he took a seat. We're thinking right now, we haven't had official word that he's done for the night because of the flu. And then Dennis Avrilla came in. He was 1 for 3, 13 yards and 2 picks. On the ground, D.D. Holyfield, 5 carries for 8. Dominique Carson, 4 for 16. Dennis Avrilla, 1 carry for 4. And then Maurice Young had 1 carry for 3. On the other side, Rocky Hines, 7 of 14, 88 yards and a touchdown. It was Tywin Hubbard on the ground, 7 carries for 34 and a touchdown. Rocky Hines, 1 carry minus 12. And then Junior Allen had 1 carry for a yard. Brian Murph, 3 catches for 50. Jarrell Kelly had 2 for 18, and then Joe Casanavoid, 1 catch for 14, and a touchdown. Tywin Hubbard, 1 grab for 6 yards. Defensively, Walter Leandre again, the league's leading tackler with 4 first-half tackles, 7 for Kiari Daniels. And Wichita, the Wild, will get the ball to start the second half, Ross. And things got to turn. You got a backup quarterback in that, look, he threw 2 interceptions. He's almost being thrown back into the fray. He mentioned a good point to us on the coaches show on Thursday. He went up, he learned the offense by Sean Ponder, then left to go to Spokane for the trial. Had to forget that offense and learn a totally different one and come back here and relearn the concepts from Sean Ponder, and so far it's proved a little difficult.
And it has, but really, I mean, 2 throws that I don't think that you should throw because he's given away. He's actually just tipping his hat where he's going to throw the football. That's all they have to do is just follow the helmet, see what way it's pointed, and that's where the ball was going to be. But now you talk about being down by 17, and really, man, Michael, I'll tell you, that last score was tough. And offense is not flowing very well. The defense can only hold so much, but the thing is, well, now you're going to give the ball back. And looky here, we're going to have Tidwell kick the ball off.
Yeah, Tidwell is kicking off. Workhard is not. Is that a sign of the times for Sean Ponder? Hubbard and Allen stand back deep, and the second half is underway from Hartman Arena. Angled towards Allen, it's going to go out of bounds. And Wichita will start 1st and 10 in midfield.
Yeah, start at the 25 and not exactly what you want either. Tidwell came up there, just basically did a little hook on it. Has a big leg, but hooked it at the 25. Now defense, we need something big to happen right now and try to get some things going positive for the DC Law.
Wichita had a couple of sweeping personnel changes this year. In December, they hired Jeremy Mock. He's the new general manager. We actually spoke with him before we replaced John Blazik. And then Paco Martinez replaced Morris Lowler. That name should sound familiar to those fans of the Jayhawk Conference. He's now coaching over at Independence. 1st and 10, Wild right at midfield. 2 receivers. Casanavoid goes in a slot left. Hines in the pistol, takes the direct snap. Hands off goes to Hubbard running left. And off left guard, he scampers for a couple. Gain of 2 into plus territory. It was 2nd down, and it was Jamar Seard that brought him down. 2nd and 8 at the Dodge City 23.
A lot of Western Kansas people here at this ball game. Steve Skipton, another Deerfield product, here visiting his family. Just graduated a couple years younger than, I guess he's a couple years younger. Also did see Mike Smith, too, another former coach at Garden City High School, is also here.
All your classmates. 2nd and 8. Wichita at the Dodge City 23. Just underway here in the second half. Hines under pressure, throws it near side, caught by Kelly right at the 20. Stood up and some extracurricular activity going on. Mike Bragg got a cup of coffee with Herman Edwards of the Kansas City Chiefs. He's the one that made the tackle. He's been all over the place. No flags came out. Kelly caught the ball. Let's see where the forward progress landed him at the 18-yard line.
And I tell you what, Bragg he picked up the receiver, could have driven him into the ball, into the ground, and might have caused an injury. Thing is, though, that he was kind to him, letting him down. Casanavoid came up, wanted to protect his guy, came up and actually pushed Bragg off. It's maybe where the officials might have stepped in there, should have said something at that point.
Kelly 3 catches for 23. It's a gain of 5, so they're 3rd and 3 now at the Dodge City 18-yard line. Casanavoid to the right with Murph. 2 receivers in high motion. Hines, quick out, pass is caught with a flag out. It's hauled in by Hubbard at the 15. Scampers up the numbers inside the 10. And it'll be dropped at the 6-yard line, but this one might be coming back.
Boy, Hubbard makes a great catch.
Ajon Love is the one that brought him down.
In the nice little open field move.
Number 22,
Hubbard that's the 2nd time Hubbard has been called for a penalty. One now an illegal shift, the other one was a false start. So wipe out the first down, catch and run down to the 6, which would have been a gain of 12 and a first down. Instead, it's 3rd and 8. After the penalty on Wichita, they're 8th of the game for 68 yards. 3rd and 8, Wild on the far hash at the Dodge City 23. 12:50 to play 3rd quarter, 24-7 Wichita. Casanavoid lines up in a slot left, was arrested as a backup quarterback at Kansas State. He goes in high motion. Hines back to pass. Under pressure. Rolling to the right. Fires wide open. Kelly. Touchdown. Caught it at the 5 and then high steps into the end zone. 23-yard strike from Rocky Hines.
Boy, and that was an easy one right there because you get a chance at the quarterback. You got to bring him down. When you don't, your defense breaks down. Actually, a great job there by the defense secondary. Thing is, though, Michael, what happened on that is that you gave him way too much time. We had a shot at him, missed him. By then, the secondary starting to break down. They're able to break free. Just a nice pass, good catch, touchdown.
Paul Robinson was the one beat for Dodge City. Lacayo on for the extra point. A chance to extend to a 31-7 advantage. Snap back, ball down, kick on the way. And it is good. Wichita extends the lead, 31-7 with 12:34 to play in the third on Z98. Doesn't take Wichita very long. 3 plays, 25 yards. In 2 minutes and 26 seconds. And a touchdown pass, the second of the day. Hines hooking up with Jarrell Kelly. Extra point good, and it's 31-7.
And you think about Dodge City had the ball 17-7. Had plenty of time on there. We throw an interception. They go down and get 7. Boy, it's really turned things around.
Squib kick this time, and it fielded by Carson at the 1. Up the middle 10. There he goes, 15, bouncing to wide right, 20, 25, and he's spilled in plus territory. Brought down by Justin Finnessy.
Nice little job there, too. They did the squib kick, actually got past the up man, but then Carson's able to corral the football and made a nice little cut. It looked like it might be him and the kicker going down there, but the thing is, though, great job of coming back, keeping containment in by the Wild. But now you don't need to go get that 40-yarder or that 30-yarder, that 25-yarder, Michael. Let's just take it, pick it down. There's a lot of time left in this football game, but you got to get something positive going, get a score going, kind of back your defense a little bit.
Dennis Havrilla remains in at quarterback for Dodge City. 1st and 10 at the plus 23. Handoff to Carson. Stutter step at the line of scrimmage, and he runs right into Jason Catchings as he ran off left guard. And Catchings trips him up. After no gain on the play, it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Catchings is a beast right now. Great footwork, if you will. Able to get off to the side a little bit and contain the play. And he's just really anticipating very well as we come up right up the middle. And you got to think about this. Last 2 passes by Dennis have been intercepted. Something's got to be going across his mind here. You may want to think maybe a short pass.
Here receivers high motion right. 2nd and 10 at the Wichita 23. Havrilla rolling right and dropped. 4th sack of the day. Havrilla down at his own 20, I want to say his own 21-yard line. And Havrilla felt the pressure, more token pressure than anything else, and it's Matt Moss that brings him down. They'll mark it at the 21-yard line. Loss of 6.
James McCartney also in on the play, and at halftime, James McCartney came out and proposed to his new fiance, soon to be his wife. She did accept, the Bethel football college player at one time.
He's also a coach now over there, is James McCartney, going into his 2nd year as a defensive line coach at Bethel. We have a timeout on the field.
Timeout, Dodge City.
And Law will take a timeout. This big play, 3rd and 16 when we come back. 10:49 to play 3rd quarter. Law on a world of hurt, down 31-7 on Z98. 10:49 to play in the third. Alongside Ross Miller, Mike Phillips in Hartman Arena. Dodge City down 31-7 with 10:49 to play here in the third quarter, facing a 3rd and 16 at their own 21. They're just 1 of 6 on third down. And it's Dennis Havrilla in for the injured Charles McCullum at quarterback. 2 receivers, high motion right. Takes the shotgun snap. Here comes the blitz. Under pressure, avoids it. Steps up, fires incomplete. Pass was dropped on the near side by Carson, who had nobody out in front of him. And check that was Tidwell that actually dropped the football.
Wow.
And the only one that was close was Dan Kontz, the backup free safety. It's 4th and 16.
That would have went a long, long way. He did a great job avoiding the sack. Again, they bring the pressure. We're not handling it well right now.
Here we go to 24, Kendrick Harper.
Now 4th and 16. It's another 4th down situation for Dodge City. They are 1 of 3. 4th and 16 at their own 21. Ball in the near hash. 3 receivers, 2 in high motion right. Havrilla lifts his right leg, takes a belt-tie shotgun snap. Under pressure and sack. James McCartney is 2nd of the game, and he drops Havrilla at his own 14. And Wichita will take over in plus territory.
Wow, and what's coming down right now is they're able to come to the outside, and they're just pinning their ears back right now with this big lead. They have a 24-point lead. All they have to do is just come right up the field, try to contain him on the inside the quarterback, which are doing a very good job, and the pocket just squeezes closer and closer. Havrilla gets ready to take off. All of a sudden, there's one of the defenders, and McCartney again all over him.
Wichita takes over, 1st and 10 at the Law 14, moving from left to right, up 31-7 with 9:48 to play in the third. Looking for more with Rocky Hines, who was the MVP of the Champions Bowl a year ago. 2-man in high motion. It's a quick screen to the near side, incomplete, in and out of the hands of Murph. Check that, Jarrell Kelly.
Nice play that time by Cashman, though. Was it Cashman Thomas?
Cashman Thomas.
Able to step right up into that. Saw the play coming, looked like they were going to try to do a receiver screen, but had no part of it. Just went where the receiver was. Surprised, honestly, steps in front of that. He gets pick 6.
2nd and 10. Rare incomplete pass for Rocky Hines, who's now 9 of 17. The numbers don't look great. 116 yards, but he's throwing 2 touchdown passes. 2nd and 10. Wichita at the Dodge City 14. 2-man in high motion left, 4 receivers. Handoff goes to Hubbard. Up the middle, has a hole, bouncing it to the left, and he's dropped at the 10. Jarrett Bilbray grabs him around the kneecaps and drops him there after a gain of 4. It'll be 3rd down and 6.
Mike, when you watch our defensive linemen right now, we are not getting any penetration. We are not getting upfield that time. Castlevoid really kind of gave that play away right off the bat as he goes up to the line of scrimmage. Immediately goes into blocking mode, which really may be a good read there by a defensive player, able to come up and actually just keep that to a short game.
Jarrell Kelly wide right, Castlevoid in a slot right. Hubbard goes wide left with Murph. Empty set, 2-men in high motion, 1 either way. 3-man rush, now they come with a blitz. Hines under pressure, eludes 1 man, rolls to the left and is sacked. Grabbing the leg was Michael Grace, the left leg of Rocky Hines, and tripped him up behind the line of scrimmage.
Loss on the play brings up 4th down.
All the way back near the 15. 2nd sack for Dodge City. They'll give him forward progress generously to the 13. And for Michael Grace, it's his 2nd sack of the year. And now 4th down, and we'll see Lacayo on for a field goal. This one will be from 28 yards out. Rocky Hines will hold. Trying to extend the lead to 34-7. Snap is back. It's a good one. It's down. The kick on the way towards the uprights. And good. 2nd field goal make of the game for Lacayo. With 7:29 to play, 3rd quarter. Wichita 34, Dodge City 7 on Z98. 31-7, so they have not added that field goal. The official clearly said it was good. From our angle, it looked good. They have not added the points yet.
Well, and the fans behind the goalposts gave the signal that it was good.
So for now, it stands 31-7. I have it at 34. Lacayo sent an end-over-end kick to Carson 5 yards deep. Up the middle, 5 to the 10. And he stood up there. Cassidavoy delivers the hit along with Jared Favorite. Ball came out. Now some extra words being exchanged. Anthony Smith there as well. And Dodge City down, whether it's 31-7 or 34-7. Right now it says 31. Dodge City in a whirl of hurt right now, moving from right to left, 1st and 10 at their own 10.
Mac Randall, one of our big offensive linemen, 380 pounds, was born on this date. Happy birthday to Mac Randall. When he was born, Michael, what are you guessing weight was? 50, 60 pounds?
I'm going to say 15. Mac Randall spent some time with the Kansas City Renegades a year ago. They finally just put the points on the board. It is 34-7. Dennis Avrilla, who has struggled at quarterback, 1st and 10 from his own 10. Back to pass on a slant, caught. And the catch made by the newest member of Team Dodge City, Garrett Tidwell. He uses a stiff arm on Jared Favorite out across the 20 near the 22-yard line. It's a gain of 12 and a 1st down for Dodge City.
And I like the play, Michael. It's a short pass. Give your quarterback some confidence. Send 2 guys deep and able to bring somebody right across the middle, hit him right in the numbers. Nice pass.
1st and 10 out across their own 20 at the 22. Havrilla out of the shotgun. 3 receivers in high motion, 2 left, 1 right. 3-man rush. Havrilla well protected, throws behind Brandon Benson on a crossing pattern at the Wichita 18-yard line. It was Justin Finnessy back in coverage. The 29-year-old who played in the Arena Football League for the Utah Blaze was actually drafted in the 7th round by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2006. He was on the coverage. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Tidwell wide open about 10 yards downfield along the side there. Did not see him, but went over and let Havrilla know that, hey, man, look around the field.
2nd and 10, 4 receivers, 2 in high motion. Back to pass Havrilla, looking right on his knees, making the catch outside the numbers on the far side of the field is Tidwell as he sits down right in front of Kendrick Harper, who has 2 interceptions in this game. It's a gain of 4. It'll be 3rd down and 6.
With a 27-point lead, it's basically kind of a prevent defense because they're leaving Catchings and sitting him back instead of having him coming in after the quarterback right now. But that thing may change once they get some completions here.
3rd and 6. Dodge City at the Wichita 24-yard line. 3-man in high motion. Direct snap. It's a screen. Benson catches it left side, running to the boards inside the 20, near the 18. He's very close to a 1st down. And now
this is so
comes
stupid.
out.
Gee,
What's the call, Wild fans?
this is going to go against, I would say, against Dodge City. Randall comes over to help his guy out, continue to make a block. Whistles blow. Guy gives him a little push, and Randall gives him a push back, but instead of pushing the breastplate, it's right up to the face.
Right now, as it stands,
easy call.
so
First
after
down,
the play,
first, you bet.
yeah, they got the 1st down. That's the positive news. Other than that, there's nothing really positive as it's going to back them all the way up.
I mean, I understand going over and protecting your player, and really it was not a punch thrown, anything like that. The defensive player got to turn around and give a push right back to Randall. Then Randall retaliates by giving him a pushback. Of course, he's a lot taller guy, and it went right into the guy's face. Official throws the flag. That's 2 personal fouls now against DC Law.
1st and 10, Dodge City at their own 17 after picking up the 1st down. They lose 15 yards. Havrilla, delay handoff. Holyfield up the middle, dodges 1 tackler. McCartney, who stood him up in the middle of the field, and then he was finished off by Dan Kontz. Out to the 17. No gain. It's 2nd down and 10.
2nd and 9.
They gave him a yard, so 2nd and 9. But there's been no offensive rhythm right now here for Dodge City. We've seen that pretty much the entire game. 2nd and 9, Havrilla out of the shotgun. Young is about 10 yards behind him. He'll go in motion with Benson towards the line. Avrilla back to pass. 3-man rush. Fires a dart. It's caught on a slant. Vanson makes the grab at the 20. And he's all the way down as he rolls inside the 20 to the 18. Jared Favorite is the one that made the stop. 14-yard catch and run and a first down.
Michael, when you watch Avrilla throw the football, it looks like that doesn't quite got a full grip on the football, because both times now the ball's just a little bit high as it goes with the wobble into the back. Still doesn't have a firm grip on it, seems like.
34-7, Dodge down with 4 minutes to play in the third. Avrilla under center this time. Two receivers sweeping motion across the formation. Toss sweep, going right. Maurice Young in a head-on collision at the 15-yard line. Jared Favorite was over there and stood him up into the wall. They'll mark him at the 15. It's a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. It's getting late now. Dodge City needs to score here. We might be seeing some onside squib kicks the rest of the way with 3.5 to play third quarter, down 34-7. Left in the right leg, Avrilla. Back to pass. Lobs to the end zone. Batted around and almost intercepted again. Maurice Young was the intended receiver. Backpedaling. And the defense by Kyrie Daniels and Kendrick Harper already has 2 interceptions in this game. Harper last year had 11 interceptions, the most of any defensive back in the league. And he turns that one away. It's 3rd and 7.
Moss did a great job that time. They brought basically the house. All 4 defensive players coming in right at that time outnumbered us again.
9th play of the drive, 3rd and 7 at the 15-yard line. Avrilla under pressure, rolling right, scampers right, and he's down near the 11-yard line. Jason Catchings, who played at ECU in Oklahoma, located in Ada. Down to the 11, it's a gain of 4. It's 4th down and 3. Dodge City down 34-7 with 2:20 to play in this third quarter. 2 receivers left. Holyfield in a slot, Benson wide left. Avrilla sends a couple of guys in high motion. Back to pass, over the middle, passes high, deflected and almost intercepted again. He was looking for Tidwell and off the carom. It was nearly picked by Justin Finnessy. And Wichita will take over 1st and 10 around their own 10-yard line.
Avrilla had to really get rid of the ball very quickly that time as Catchings comes right up the middle. And that time we send everybody out, so he was unimpeded that time coming to the quarterback. Avrilla threw the football just a little bit too soon, a little bit high on that play.
Timeout on the field, 1:56 to play in the third. Wichita 34, Dodge 7 on Z98. (34-7) with 1:56 to play in the third quarter. Just a 14-point score in the first quarter tonight. Wichita has now outscored their opponents 45-0 in the first quarter this season. They've gotten off to quick starts. You mentioned it last week, obviously, against Oklahoma. Oklahoma came back, tied the game at 38. But Wichita, in the end, ended up winning the game 50-44. Right now, Dodge City, with a little over, 16 minutes remaining in this game, nearly 17 minutes, trailing 34-7, and Wichita about to get the football back.
And we talked about the loss last week, that 2 things: you hate losing at home, and 2, a loss sometimes starts breeding other losses.
Rocky Hines, 1st and 10, Wichita 34-7. with Junior Allen behind him on a toss sweep. Allen running left. And it looked like a horse collar tackle on the far side of the field. Sweeping left was Allen, brought down by Dejon Love. Check that Michael Grace is the one that actually made the tackle. Gain of maybe a half yard. It'll be second down and a long 9.
Mike, as we make our tour through the CIFL, the CPFIFL, we're starting to see some great arenas. But so far, I mean, I know I'm impressed with the Hartman, but to be truthful right now, what I've seen so far, without a doubt, Dodge City has the best arena.
So far, so good. But not here in this game as far as the score. Second and 9. Hines takes the shotgun snap. 3-man rush. A sidearm delivery is caught by Murph on a slant at the 20. All the way out across the 25. And he's brought down by Mark Sterling at the 21-yard line of Dodge City. 17-yard catch and run on a first down.
Just sending people deep. It brings the defense clear back. Then all of a sudden you have someone pull up and goes right across the middle. And just a nice pass that time by Hines, because really, DodgeCityLaw has not put any pressure on whatsoever. Hines, the quarterback.
Please reset the game clock to 29 seconds and start both clocks on my signal.
And the clock shouldn't have stopped, number one. Only will stop in the final 90 seconds of the second and fourth quarters. And they'll start it here in a second. But first down, Rocky Hines now 10 of 18, 133 yards. Hines at USC was recruited by Pete Carroll. And he was actually the backup. He was behind John David Booty and Matt Leinart. He ends up transferring to UNLV. Of course, Pete Carroll said that UNLV tampered with the transfer. Hines sat out the next year. He redshirted. Started a couple of years, was injured his senior season with a knee injury. Handoff Junior Allen on a misdirection running right. Down to the Dodge CityLaw 15-yard line outside the numbers. Mike Bragg brings him down after a gain of 6. And the third quarter is in the books. We've played 45 minutes, 3 quarters. Wichita Wild, the defending league champs, up 34-7 on Z98. Set to start the fourth quarter at Hartman Arena. They're on their feet. Why not? They got their championship rings tonight. Alongside Ross Miller, Mike Philosoph, it's 34-7 Wichita in front. And second and 4 for Rocky Hines and company. The former UNLV star, 10 of 18, 133 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Great song here. You just did.
Junior Allen is doing the boogie.
Well, and I'm going to say this, that you see as you do Gangnam Style here, but as you sit here and watch, you're watching kids from basically 5, and you see seniors up even from 70 to 80 doing this also. But there's nothing like what I'm going to call a good Western Kansas redneck over there doing it also.
We would never call Junior Allen, who was doing the boogie, redneck, from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Played at Missouri Valley College. And then he transferred to Bethany here in Kansas.
Well, from one redneck to another, I was impressed with this guy's move. Very good.
Second and 4, Dodge City trailing 34-7. We're talking about Rocky Hines before the end of the third. And he transferred from USC, heavily recruited, one of the best quarterbacks to come out of California. At a St. Bernard High School in Playa del Rey, California, considered a top high school quarterback, top 10 of the nation. He tore up his right knee his senior year. He's still got a chance to play for Pete Carroll. He signed, never played, and then transferred, and leave it to Pete Carroll for thinking that UNLV tampered with the transfer.
Right, I was actually going to say that's kind of unusual for Pete Carroll to complain.
Never heard of him. Of course, Pete Carroll ended up leaving amidst the Reggie Bush Heisman Trophy scandal.
And you understand that Pete Carroll knew nothing about that. You know, the house that was bought.
For Reggie Bush's parents.
Yeah, you know, that's good job, Pete.
Now Pete, of course, just won the Super Bowl with the Seattle Seahawks.
Also as a college coach, too, on top of that.
Yeah.
Very impressive. And then, so who goes? Was it Mike Garrett that actually brought Lane Kiffin in?
Yeah, I believe so.
Wow.
And then now Lane Kiffin is the offensive coordinator. So after Mike Garrett brings him in, he's gone. And now he's the offensive coordinator for Nick Saban in Alabama. That guy must have something on somebody.
All right, how's your brackets going in March Madness?
So far, well, I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't fill one out, but just in my mental bracket, I mean, I had Dayton over Ohio State.
Very good.
I had Harvard winning.
Okay.
I had Stephen of Boston.
Sweet, that's a good one.
You know what I'm saying?
I've got Mercer and Dayton meeting in the championship.
I'll tell you this, our news director, we're getting ready to resume play here in the fourth. Our news director, Tim Bolware, is a big Duke fan. It was kind of a somber attitude around the office.
I think Dayton beat Syracuse today also.
2nd and 4. Rocky Hines under center as we start the fourth, moving from right to left at the Dodge City 15. Junior Allen takes the carry running off left guard and is brought down at the 13-yard line. Diedrich Spites is the one that brought him down after a gain of 2. It's 3rd and 2.
You know, I'm going to bring something up here. You talk about, we get the ball right off the bat. We have 2 drop passes. But also, maybe a big buffer in this also is the yell leader who got cut because he just didn't fit this program. You talk about Rustin Phillips, who was leading, before the game started. He was down there leading the team cheer or trying to get them pumped up, doing his little dance, doing his little saying, too, is no longer with this football team.
He was released on Thursday. 3rd and 2. Wichita at the Dodge City 13. Misdirection pitch comes to Allen, cutting right back to the left. Tackled at the 10-yard line. It's Spate again. After he picks up 3, that's a first down for Wichita.
Spate's a big guy that's got some great moves that time, was down low, was able to jump to the outside as they went to the quick pitch to the outside, was in that tackle.
Mark him down at the 11, so they can still get a first down inside the 1. And for Rocky Hines, who's getting instructions from Paco Martinez, who's the head coach, also acts as the offensive coordinator. He's going into his 9th year as an assistant coach over at Friends University, an NAIA school here in Wichita. And he's in his first year as the head coach of the Wichita Wild. They've been in existence since 2007. 1st and 10 at the Dodge City 11. Handoff, Junior Allen running left. Outside the numbers, tripped up by Michael Grace from behind at the 9-yard line after a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8 with 13:15 to play in the fourth. Wild leading 34-7.
You sit there and think about this. I'm going to go back real quick. Big game tomorrow for WSU as Kentucky. WSU matchup and Kansas product. We talked about Ron Baker, but going over to Kentucky, you got to talk about Cauley Stein too, guy from Spearville. On top of that, and actually met Josh Phillips here, who said he was just a neighbor at one time. Josh Phillips here at the ball game, also Spearville native.
2nd and 8, Wichita at the Dodge City 9, play clock all the way down to 1. Hines takes a direct snap, pump faked, and then is sacked.
Well, and I think this is maybe a blown up play because it looked like Hines actually was going to go pitch the ball to one way, and there was nobody there. Good job there by holding on to the football.
Ja'Cory Quarterman is the one that levels Rocky Hines.
I wonder how come they don't call Spearville instead of Spearville. Why don't they call it Steinville? As many Steins there are there coming out of Spearville.
He should. Timeout called by Dodge City. They have 1 remaining. And we'll keep it here with 12:30 to play in the fourth. Wichita 34-7. Dodge has had so many opportunities in this game. And they've let them really go all by the wayside. Look at the scoring. Wichita got on the board first with the rushing touchdown by Taiwan Hubbard, a 7-yard rushing touchdown. A missed field goal gave Dodge City an opportunity. They couldn't capitalize. Charles McCullum then was strip sacked in the end zone by Matt Moss. Made it 14-0. Dodge got on the board with a rushing touchdown by Dede Holyfield to make it 14-7. The since then, Wichita's reeled off 20 unanswered points. Ernesto Lacayo's made a couple of field goals. Rocky Hines hit Joe Casanavoid for a touchdown. Hines also hit Jarrell Kelly. And that's where we stand right now, and Wichita milking the clock, 3rd and 14. At the 15-yard line of Dodge City. On the near hash, Hines with 10 on the play clock, out of the shotgun. 4 receivers, 2 in high motion. Takes the shotgun snap, whistles one over the middle, incomplete. At the goal line, knocked away by Sterling. It was intended for the wide receiver, Brian Murph, who had a step on Sterling, but Sterling on the inside just stuck his hand out, knocked it away. It's 4th and 14.
And you got to like the new product that's in here, too. Great job there by Sterling because he had to lay out that time to deny a touchdown. Nice job there by Mark Sterling.
So we'll see Lacayo on for another field goal attempt. Rocky Hines is still in there as well. He's the holder. Play clock is down to 15, a 34-7 game. So they'll hold it from the 23, so this will be about a 31-yard field goal right down the middle to extend the lead to 37-7. Snap back, ball down. Lacayo's kick towards the uprights, end over end, and he pushed it to the right.
And you think about the goalposts, a little bit different, obviously, in the NFL. When you're indoors, they're actually hanging by cables. They're 10 feet off the ground and 10 feet wide. It's a tough shot there for a kicker. And there, another opportunity for now the Dodge City Law here. See if we can get a touchdown, and we're going for 2 all the way from now on.
Sean Ponder's offense has been shut down. Just 82 total yards. Wichita coming in allowing 131. 70 yards to the air for Sean Ponder's bunch and 12 on the ground on 21 carries. And they have it 1st and 10 after the missed field goal by Lacayo at their own 5. Dennis Avrilla in relief for the injured Charles McCullum, out with the flu. Makes the shotgun snap, play action. 3-man rush and a slant off the right fingertips at the 15-yard line of Brandon Vincent. Back in coverage was Dan Kontz. It'll be 2nd and 10 Law at their own 5.
Wow, good play action fake that time. And you had Vincent going down doing a 10 and right across the middle on a 45. And just threw it too far out, hits him in the numbers. That was going to be fun.
Avrilla now 5 of 12, 49 yards and 2 picks. 2nd and 10 at his own 5. Here comes the blitz. Catchings came free, and another drop ball. This one over the middle, jarred out of the hands of Garrett Tidwell. It was TJ Shine that jarred the ball free. Played at Washburn, also at Butler County for Troy Morrill. Transferred to Southern Illinois before ending up at Washburn. He was part of that Butler 2008 national title team. It'll be 3rd and 10 Law at their own 5. Dodge City has struggled all night on 3rd down, just 2 of 9. Avrilla in his own end zone, spins away, fires a bomb, up the middle, incomplete. Tidwell was the closest receiver. Kendrick Harper nearly had his 3rd interception right at the 25-yard line. And it's 4th and 10 Law at their own 5.
Avrilla that time again, not really getting a good grip on the football. That time when it come out of his hands, he's trying to throw across the body. That's tough to do to begin with. But a wounded duck just floating out there. Very fortunate that was not intercepted. 4th down.
Wounded duck would probably be kind. It wasn't even a spiral. 4th and 10, Law at their own 5, down 34-7 with 9:40 to play 4th quarter. Avrilla out of the gun, Carson offset to his left, Tidwell and Young in high motion. Avrilla, 3-step drop, pats the ball, looking downfield, fires, hit as he throws, incomplete. Intended for Brandon Vincent at the 25, and the Wild will take over at the Dodge City 5.
Mike, do you call it great defense here in this ball game by the Wichita Wild, or do you call it lack of opportunity? And also with sick quarterback, your number 1 quarterback being sick in this ball game, throwing Dennis Avrilla out there just basically to the Lions right now. What do you call this ball game? Because I think the Wichita Wild's doing a great job defensive-wise, but we've given up some too.
I think Dodge City shot themselves in the foot a couple of times. There's an immediate timeout. We'll take it with them. 9:27 to play in the 4th. All Wichita, 34-7 on Z98. Dodge City down 34-7. Law will take over after Wild will take over at the Law 5 after they go 4 downs and out.
I was just actually catching up on some scores. Looks like Steve Fisher's got things going on at San Diego State as they are up right now. Seems like they're in a cruising mode.
Wisconsin and Oregon tied at 7.
Wichita takes over on the 5-yard line. First down and goal to go for Wichita.
First and goal at the 5 after the turnover on downs, and Rocky Hines remains in at quarterback. Joe Casanavoid is the backup quarterback. He was the backup at Kansas State behind Josh Freeman. First and goal, Hines back to pass, throws one right. Outside of the reach of Joe Casanavoid. Mike Bragg was back there. Extra jawing going on between Ja'Cory Quarterman and Joe Casanavoid. It'll be second down and 10. Casanavoid was a 3-year starter at Lawson High School. His sophomore year, his team was contending for a state title when he was caught stealing ice cream at the school cafeteria. He was suspended for the playoff game. He was also arrested his freshman year at Kansas State on a domestic battery charge. It'll be second down and goal from the 5.
Wow, caught stealing ice cream.
See, that sounds like something that you would do.
Oh, I love ice cream.
You know what I'm saying? Second and goal from the 5. Hines back to pass, slings it right, incomplete at Jarrell Kelly, right at his feet. Sterling that drew the coverage for Dodge City. Clock will continue to roll. 8:10 here in the 4th. It's third and goal. Law down 34-7. Wild at the 5.
And if you're at Kansas State and you get in Bill Snyder's doghouse,
you're not playing.
It is tough to get out of there.
He got in it and never really got out of it. Ended up leaving school. He moved to defensive end in 2009. Did Casanavoid from the quarterback spot just to get on the field. Then he left the team because of personal issues and tried to revive his baseball career. Very good pitcher in high school. Third and goal from the 5. Hines lost one to the end zone looking for Casanavoid. Incomplete. Flag comes out. Ball was knocked away by Sterling.
Probably encroachment here on defense. Looks like that we leaned forward across the neutral zone. Maybe made contact.
That would move the ball inside the 3. Man, you're exactly right.
Offside, number 54, defense. Penalties after
Lamar Seard. Seard, who gave up football at one point because his mom had breast cancer, went back and helped take care of her in St. Louis. And now he's given another chance. He played collegiately at Highland. Their women's team, by the way, the Highland women's basketball team, playing today in the Division II National Championship game.
Arnold now the coach there, Scott City product.
Yeah,
at Highland?
Yeah, new coaching change this past year. Their coach went to Oklahoma. Third and goal. Hines, option read, keeps it, runs into the end zone, untouched. Touchdown.
And just, honestly, that's all you're doing is just following the ball, going to try to maybe make a tackle on the halfback, but just a nice little fake. Tosses in there, and this is one thing I like. Hope we get a lot of people up there for the Salina game when we come back here next week. Salina Bombers come in to the arena, United Wireless Arena, see the DC Law. Scores a touchdown, tosses the football up into the fans. Crowd are able to get it. Man, you got to love it.
Rocky Hines' first rushing touchdown of the year, and it's 40-7 Wichita. Lacayo on for the extra point. Hines will hold, snap back, ball down, kick on the way, and he pushed it to the left. Lacayo would come into this game on extra points. It was 13 of 14. He pushes that one wide left. Damage done, however. Wichita taking advantage of the Law going 4 downs and out. It only takes him a few plays to punch it in again. Rocky Hines in from 2 yards out. 40-7 Wild in front with 7:17 to play on Z98. Plays, 5 yards, and it took 2 minutes and 13 seconds off the clock. It's Rocky Hines, his first rushing touchdown of the year. Wichita has run for 34 yards. They've passed for 133, 167 total. Extra point no good by Lacayo. And it's 40-7 now. Wichita in front.
Let's get the kind of back now.
Mikhail is now 5 of 6 on extra points. They'll kick it away now. Carson is the deep man. He'll come up, receive it at the goal line. Up the middle, 5 to the 10. Gets a block, gets around, casts and avoid 15. Slithers out near the 20. And he's wrapped up at the 20-yard line. Special teams tackle by T.J. Shine. And that's where Dodge City down 40-7 with 7:07 to play in the fourth. Begin 1st and 10 with Dennis Havrilla and quarterback. Havrilla, the Western New Mexico product. He trains with Jeff Garcia.
You know what? At this point right now, with 7 minutes left in the ballgame, you want some positive things that you can roll into next week, some things that are going to be coachable, things that you can look at on film and see some good things also before this game gets over.
Havrilla in the shotgun, 3-man rush. Option read, they hand it off. Sweeping right Holyfield, breaks a tackle, and then he's sandwiched after a gain maybe a yard. Favorite and Jason Catchings, the ones that combine on the stop to the 21, 2nd down and 9.
Want to remind people, tickets still available for next week versus the Salina Bombers. Really, Dodge City right now is in a position that you've got to start winning every ball game. I think maybe 2 losses, Mike, might get you a home game in the playoffs.
2nd and 9, chest high snap. Havrilla off his back foot, whistles one near side at the 10. Looking for Maurice Young, and Kendrick Harper was the only one there. And Havrilla ends up on his backside. It's 3rd down and 9.
That time all Havrilla was trying to do was just get rid of the football as Young was able to make a cut. He didn't cut to the outside, he cut it across the middle, but the thing is that Havrilla had to get rid of that football.
A lot of the times the pressure they got on McCollum, where they had a couple of sacks, and then they've had one on Havrilla, is they're rushing 3 guys. They're not doing anything spectacular up front. Now it's 3rd and 9, Dodge City at their own 21. Play clock down at 2. Havrilla sends 2 men in motion left. Back to pass, dumps it right, not even close. Incomplete. E.D. Holyfield, the intended receiver, at the 22-yard line.
And that's the way it's gone in this ball game. You have a guy open in the flat out there to Holyfield, and it's just a ball that you toss out that really wasn't that good of a toss. The thing is, it's a catchable ball. You got to come up with it and then get down the field. I think Holyfield might have been thinking about getting down the field before he made the catch.
4th and 9, Dodge City at their own 21. Law 1 of 6 on 4th down. Havrilla in the shotgun, sends 2 men in high motion left, 1 right. Back to pass, fires left. Pass is caught by Benson, levels a man as he runs over a defensive back. That was Jared Favorite meet Brandon Vincent. A little extra English on that play. It's a gain of 9. He's right at the 6, and it is enough for a 1st down.
And Favorite actually gets back up. He heard it from the fans, but he also heard it right there in front of the DC Law guys. Favorite just gets up. He points to the clock up there. And he goes, "Wait, what is that score up there, by the way?" I tell you what, man, Vincent all over Favorite. Wow.
1st and 10, Dodge City at the Wichita 20. 4 receivers, hands it off. Havrilla gives it to Holyfield, and immediately tripped up at the line of scrimmage. McCartney was there.
Michael,
Jason Catchings there as well to be 2nd down and 10.
You and I both had a great look at that from the angle-wise, and this is where Havrilla just hasn't been in this offense long enough. Just a simple handoff, and the handoff went right there at the hip. Holyfield had to get hold of the football first before he could take off.
Actually lost a yard to the 21. 2nd and 11, Dodge City at the Wichita Wild 21-yard line. 2 receivers in high motion, 1 either way. 3-man rush. Havrilla back to throw. And a fastball over the middle at the 15, over the head of Maurice Young, and right into the chest of Kiari Daniels, who just dropped the football. Would have been the 3rd interception thrown by Havrilla. It's 3rd down and 11.
And we're struggling right now at the quarterback position. You know that Havrilla has got it, what it takes. Right now, just not comfortable sitting back there. That was an easy throw, basically a pass and a catch. This time this ball went right over the top of Young.
3rd down and 11. Law at the Wichita 21 with 3 minutes to play, down 40-7. High motion left and right, 3-man rush. Havrilla on a slant, in and out of the hands of Young at the 10. Maurice Young was sandwiched. Kendrick Harper, Jared Favorite, Kiari Daniels and Jason Catchings laying a lick on him. It'll be 4th down and 11.
And if you look at that, I mean, basically Havrilla's looking at Young all the ways. He goes down to make that cut. As he does, he's got 3 orange shirts right in the vicinity. He's able to thread it right into Young, but there's no way that Young was going to be able to hold on. As soon as he makes the catch, he gets caught. Not a bad throw by Havrilla, but thing is, well, I want him to look off of a player, then you can come back to it.
4th and 11, Dodge City at the Wichita 21. Final 2:20 down 40-7. Havrilla will send 2 men in motion right. Back to pass. 4-man rush. Lost one to the end zone, incomplete. Over the head of Brandon Benson. There's a flag down at the 7. Maurice Young and Jared Favorite got tangled up. Kendrick Harper had the cover to the end zone. This might be a 1st down for Dodge City.
And this may go, well, like I said, this is going to be one right here that you don't want to really do, but it might be Favorite just coming down against Young, and, you know, Favorite got lit up there by Benson over there, and he maybe thinks, you know, I'm going to light up somebody right here also on a pass pattern out here. Just not a good, smart play.
It's an illegal contact, which is the NFL rule. 5 yards and an automatic 1st down. Moves it to the 16 with 2:09 to play 4th quarter. Dodge took over with just under 7 minutes to play. The clock never stops in the arena game unless you're inside of 90 seconds in the 2nd and 4th quarters. 1st and 10 Dodge at the Wichita 16. 3 receivers, 2 in high motion, 2 right, 1 left. Havrilla, this time an accurate throw to the 5-yard line. He led his receiver. Catch is made by Brandon Benson in front of Kendrick Harper. And it's a gain of 11 and a 1st and goal coming up for Dodge City.
And I'm liking Benson. I know that the Green Bay Packers just lost James Jones. Maybe Vincent can go up there and do a tryout for the Pack.
He's supposedly supposed to go to Bears training camp in July. And this will bring us to the 90-second warning. 40-7, Wichita in front. It'll be 1st and goal Dodge at the 5 when we come back on Z98. First and goal, Dodge City at the 5, down 40-7 with 90 seconds remaining in this one. Alongside Ross Miller, Mike Killisoff, Hartman Arena in Wichita. And the defending champs all over Dodge City. Havrilla takes the shotgun snap, 3-man rush, throws over the middle, and it's almost picked off again. Kiari Daniels undercutting Tidwell in the end zone. And he dropped what would have been a pick 6 the other way. It's 2nd down and goal.
And this is where Dennis, like I said, you're going to get a chance to see this on game film when it's all said and done. But again, you got to look off the receiver. We got a guy coming across the middle. He's looking at him all the way. It draws the other orange shirt over. So now you've got a 2-on-1. He's got to try to thread the ball between 2 guys. Very fortunate that was not picked off and taken to the house.
Benson goes to the left. Tidwell in a slot. Young over there as well. They overload the left side. 2 in high motion left. Here comes the blitz. They dump it off left. It's off the knee of Kendrick Harper. And nearly lands in the lap of Kiari Daniels. D.D. Holyfield was the intended receiver. And some of these throws, Ross, are not even close, and it's 3rd down and goal.
But you know what, I'm going to give, I thought it was a good pass. I just thought it just went right through Holyfield's hands. I mean, it was right there. Holyfield, he turned around, but kind of nonchalantly. It was a nice pass. Thing is, so that Holyfield's got to locate the ball and turn around a lot quicker when he knows the ball's coming to him.
Sean Ponder is giving the instructions to Dennis Havrilla. Coached here in Wichita back in 2003. It was a different franchise. That was the Wichita Stealth, who folded a year later. 3rd and goal at the 5. Havrilla out of the shotgun, 2-man in high motion left. Here comes the blitz, throws a dart into the end zone, incomplete. It was intended for Brandon Vincent. The coverage by T.J. Shine. And it'll be 4th down and goal, and one of the fans a lucky souvenir, and every incomplete pass inside of 90 seconds stops the clock.
But a great catch there by the fan, too. That's true, that we've seen over there on top of that.
In this game, Brandon Vincent, who came in as one of the top receivers in the league, has been targeted 12 times. He has 6 catches for 60 yards, and has been held out of the end zone. The only Dodge City touchdown was a D.D. Holyfield 7-yard scamper. 4th and goal from the 5 with 1:17 to play. 2 men in high motion left. They overload the left side. Here comes the blitz. Habrella rolling right. Under pressure. Throws it near side. It's almost intercepted. And then tumbling into the stands is Kyrie Daniels. And they stop Dodge City at the 5-yard line. And Wichita will take over with a chance to run the clock out.
And Catchings was a part of that also. I'm going to tell you what, I'm very impressed with Catchings right now. He's going to cause a lot of havoc for the DC Law. We know that the DC Law is a good team right now. They're just struggling a little bit with the lead quarterback out. Havrella's come in. He's thrown a couple nice passes. Thing is that sometimes I think that he might be telegraphing where he's going to go. That's just something that he understands it has to be corrected. But right now, DC Law's got Salina coming in. You want to correct things, Michael. You're going to be on an 8-game trip right now, if you will. You'll be 3 of them at home, 5 of them on the road. You want to make a statement. It's got to happen against the Bombers next week.
Now, Salina coming in. We'll have it for you right here on Z98 and the United Wireless Arena. The tough stretch. They got 7 straight. 8, as if you include last week's, or excuse me, the one against Oklahoma. It's 7 straight. And then before they have a bye, hand off to Taiwan Hubbard, who scampers for 2. Walter Leandre brings him down at the 7 around the ankles. It's a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8 inside of a minute to play in the 4th.
Really thought the turning point in this ball game was the turnover in the end zone, where Moss was able to just pick it right off the quarterback's hands and get that touchdown. And still, really, you get into the the first half still with time going on here. We had the football. We're down by 10. We throw an interception. They go down and score, and I thought that was the turning point of the ball game.
Taiwan Hubbard, 10 carries for 42. His long was 21, and he has a rushing touchdown. Rocky Hines will line up in victory formation, takes a knee. And depending on when they start the clock, that might be the final play. And in fact, it will be.
Good win here, really, for Wichita Wild. You expected more out of the Dodge City Law. We come out, do a couple, honestly, didn't help our quarterback at all, Michael, with McCollum. Do a couple passes to a couple of the receivers, just complete drops, and then really a big 4th down play that really could have kept things going, goes right through the hands of Ings. Made a difference in this ball game, in my opinion, right off the start. And then Wichita Wild score 2 plays later, and they go up and never to give up the lead again.
16-0. Wichita scores Dodge City in the 2nd half. It's a well-coached team. Paco Martinez in his first year. Of course, coaches down the street at Friends. And his team just wallops Dodge City here tonight, 40-7. We'll take a break. We'll get Sean Ponder's post-game comments. Also get your final game highlights. The 5th quarter show is next on Z98.
He's coming up right.
Our 5th quarter show tonight coming to you from Hartman Arena in Wichita. Final score 40-7, Wichita wins it. Bringing the head coach of the Law, Sean Ponder. So break it down. You had a lot of opportunities that went basically by the wayside in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, guys got to make plays, and that's the biggest thing. They didn't do anything that we didn't scout. We just got outplayed, and we got 7 points. That's embarrassing, and trust me, we'll get better. We'll trade and cut and release every player and sign some new guys. So I got my job cut out for me next week.
When you talk about Kendrick Ings, we didn't see him after that. He had a couple of drops early on. Did you send a message to him? Was that what that was?
Yeah, you can't miss plays in the first series and then expect to go back in the ballgame. That's just not going to happen with me. So we need to find guys that want to step up and play football.
Charles McCullum, we knew he was a little under the weather coming in. Was that the reason why he didn't come back?
He hit his shoulders a little bit sore, and obviously, he was struggling a little bit. We went with Dennis, and obviously Dennis in the same boat. So, we got to get better at the quarterback position, and we got to execute and make plays when we have the chance to, and we just didn't do that tonight.
Sean Ponder joining us here on our fifth quarter show. Wichita winning tonight 40-7. What did you see from Dennis? And I know, he had made a point to us on the coaches show the other night. He goes, I learned Coach Ponder's system. Then I left to go up to try out for the Spokane Shock, and had to learn a totally different system and then come back and relearn yours. So what did you see from him?
No, obviously he's a little bit rusty adapting from the arena game to our game. Intention wasn't to play him tonight. Charles was playing pretty well. And obviously, in the end, 7 points offensively is the lowest points I've ever scored in my career. So, kind of embarrassing on my point. I got to get better as a coach, and, we'll go back to the drawing board. We'll get it done. Trust me, we'll get it fixed real quick.
And I know they were blitzing a bit, and obviously with catchings right up the middle. But a lot of the times they were getting pressure with 3 guys. Is there anything specific that you can see from
well,
what
you get pressure with 3 guys and drop into that zone coverage like they did, and there's not a lot of holes to throw into. So, up front, we got our quarterbacks. I mean, you go through 2 quarterbacks, and they're both limping after the game. Obviously, you didn't do a very good job up front.
All right, let's go to your defensive side. What did you see from them?
I thought they played well. I thought Coach Ross came in with a good game plan. Obviously, we gave 14 of those points, and we threw an interception just before halftime. That was just a bad throw, and they go down and score. That should have never happened. And then we gave up one on the fumble recovery that they got. So that's 14 points. I mean, that's 26 points. We should be able to win a lot of games only holding the team to 26 points. But, we put the defense in a bad situation. I thought all in all, good game plan by Coach Ross. And, those guys, it's kind of disappointing to hold a team like that to 40 points and not win the game.
All right, last thing, next week, that's a big one at home. You mentioned you have your work cut out. Salina's coming in. They were in the championship game a year ago. What has to change?
Well, I mean, we got to step up. We got to be men. We got to play football, and we got to quit messing around and thinking that all these radio shows and all these pictures and everything that we're doing, we're Mr. Big Time. So trust me, I'll get them going in the right direction real quick.
Coach, we appreciate you coming up.
All right, thanks.
There you go. Sean Ponder joining us here on our fifth quarter show. Take a break. When we come back, we'll have your final game highlights, stats, check the final scoreboard from around the league. That's all coming up. Wichita wins it tonight 40-7 on Z98.